Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
Jeff here with Triton Foundation Repair. I'm here to remind you that we always have and always will offer free foundation evaluations to Oklahomans. At Triton, we know your home is a big investment and your money is hard earned. So when you call us for a free evaluation, our specialists will perform a thorough foundation evaluation and only give an estimate when foundation repair is necessary. So visit TritonOK.com to schedule your free foundation evaluation.
Navigating through Medicare.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
Hey guys, we're here at Smokin' Joe's. This has got the best meat in the 405. If you haven't ate here yet, you got to.
Come experience the warmth and hospitality of our neighborhood barbecue joint for yourself. From our mouth-watering meats to our homemade sides, every dish is crafted to perfection. We can't wait to serve you at Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch.
Come join us at Smokin' Joe's.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa-certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
How you know your hair's long when you do this? You can feel it hit your head. Where's Breck at? I haven't seen him yet. Coach Brooks is coming over here to do. He's supposed to interview with Breck, so that's not until after this is over. I'm guessing Gabe is taking Maya. Keep it PG tonight, Gabe. We got Gabe, Richie, Jake, Pierce, and Major. It's Chad, Richie, Gabe, they're all there. Jake, and what's his face? Major. I should realize our whole starting lineup is seniors. Pretty much. And there's like barely any juniors. There's like 1 or 2 juniors, I think, if any. There's Brooke. We're gonna film that. Let's see where it's at.
Senior recognition ceremony. Our first senior tonight is Gabriel Aguilar. Gabriel is the son of Rudy and Jimmy Aguilar. He has 7 brothers: Andrew, Bryce, Christian, Cortez, Adrian, Mikey, Easton, and 1 sister, Raina. Gabriel has played basketball all 4 years of high school and football his senior year. He will be heading to Southern Nazarene in the fall to get a business degree and play football. Gabe's favorite memory of high school basketball is going to the Tulsa tournament his sophomore year with his team. Ava Battles is our next senior. She has 1 brother, Cole, and 1 sister, Kinsley. She has played basketball all 4 years of high school. Ava plans to attend cosmetology school after graduation. Her favorite memory as a Tuttle Tiger is winning state her freshman year. Is up next for our seniors. He is the son of Chad and Summer Everett. Chad has 2 sisters, Elizabeth and Tegan. He has played basketball all 4 years of high school. After graduation, Chad plans to get his EMT certification and get on the Oklahoma City Fire Department. His favorite memory is going to the Tulsa tournament and hanging with his friends. Our next senior is Allie Reel. Allie is the daughter of Kevin and Terry Reel. She has 1 brother, Tanner, and his wife, Allie, and 2 sisters, Maddie and her husband, Tyler, and Grace. Allie has been a 4-year starter for basketball. She will be attending Oklahoma Baptist University on a full athletic scholarship. Her favorite memory is of winning state her freshman year. Up next for the seniors is Richie Overcash. Richie is the son of Clay and Melissa Overcash. He has 1 sister, Remy. He has played basketball all 4 years of high school. Richie plans to attend college and hopes to play basketball at the next level. His favorite memory is hanging out in the hotel at the Tulsa tournament. Maya Sisson is our next senior. Maya is the daughter of Joe and Kristen Sisson. She has 1 sister, Kennedy, and 1 brother, Ezra. She has played basketball all 4 years of high school. After graduation, Maya plans to attend esthetician school. Her favorite memory is of playing basketball against her sister and beating her by over 60 points. The next senior is Jake Pierce. Jake is the son of Brian and Dusty Pierce. He has 1 sister, Elle, who is a sophomore at Tuttle. Jake has played basketball all 4 years of high school. After graduation, Jake plans to attend college and get a degree in computer science. His favorite memory is having fun on the Tulsa trips and hanging out with his teammates. Samantha T is our final senior for the Lady Tigers. Samantha is the daughter of Garrett and Julie T. She has one brother, Ethan. Samantha has played basketball all 4 years of high school. She will be attending Oklahoma State University and rushing in the fall. Her favorite memory is playing at the Big House last year and meeting her best friends. Our final member of the senior class is Major Sharp. Major is the only son of Troy and Stephanie Sharp. Major has been a member of the Tuttle football and track team since freshman year. He hasn't played basketball since 8th grade, but he has enjoyed being a part of the basketball program this year. Major plans to attend the University of Arkansas and major in engineering. His favorite memory as a Tuttle Tiger is beating Newcastle in football on senior night. Congratulations to all of our seniors. We wish you good luck and continued success in the future.
All right, welcome tonight to
Al's Heat and Air is a proud supporter of the Tuttle Tigers. Serving the Tuttle area for almost 40 years, we work on all makes and models. As a trained company
All right. We were missing some audio here on the pregame show, and so we're going to retouch. We've been talking, and Coach Brooks just did a rehearsal. Coach Brooks is here with me tonight, and right now we're going over. Coming up real soon is a school bond issue coming up, and I don't want to. We wanted to bring Coach Brooks in to kind of talk about some things to do with some transportation and some different arenas, and I'm going to let him touch a little bit in detail on those things that are going to really impact, a lot of the students, and some of these will impact every student. So, Coach Brooks, welcome to the show, and welcome officially to the show instead of now we're on air. So I'll turn it over to Coach Brooks.
Okay, so bond issue coming up, vote coming up next Tuesday, February 13th. We're really excited about that because this bond issue, even though it's small, it's about a little over 1.2 million, but it touches a lot of different things. Proposition 2 has a couple buses on there. One of them will be a new route bus, and the other one will be an activity bus. When we get into the spring, we got a lot of activities going on and a lot of kids going in different places, and we run out of buses pretty quickly, so this will help alleviate some of those. Proposition 1 is just barely right under $1 million, and it has a lot of things on there for athletics and for the fine arts. Of course, there's some building things on there as well, with some playground equipment at the intermediate and the early childhood center, and some roofing needs that definitely have to be addressed, and this will help us with that. But my end of it, the athletic end of this, a lot of things on here. 70% of our kids at the high school are involved in activities that this bond issue will benefit. So our track program, we've got a really good track program. We want to stay Tuttle out there, but we're missing things. There's things that we don't have out there, and one of them is a D-ring that we're going to build down on the north end of the track so that we can have our high jump and everything out there. We're going to get all new high jump equipment and pads, all new pole vault equipment and pads.
Yeah, they've been having to jump over barbed wire fences and stuff before now, and are doing pretty well at it. So, and that'll allow us to kind of be able to host some meets, right, Coach? I mean, host some track meets at Tuttle, which is it's crazy to think as successful as they are, and the golf team too. As successful as some of those programs are, maybe finally getting something they need to have.
Yes, and that's the big thing is that as we stand right now, we can't host a track meet. Our sand pits are not where they need to be, so this will help to upgrade them. We don't have cages around our discus and shot, and this will upgrade those things to provide for pole vault and high jump areas.
Awesome.
And that'll be great for them because it's really needed. That program really needs those things. We're getting turf groomers. We have turf fields at football, softball, and baseball. And people think, well, you don't have upgrade or upkeep with those things, but you do.
Yeah.
Things blow out there on them, get on them, and we have to be able to groom those and keep them in great condition because that's what we want to do.
And the athlete's safety. I mean, that turf lays down and it gets hard, and really it's a safety concern too, and that's a big deal to be able to get those.
100%. And these groomers are top of the line. They're some of the best out there. College programs use, so it will really help us as far as that. We're going to complete some backstop netting over at the softball field. That when we built that's about $1 million facility we have over there, but we actually just didn't complete some netting and things that are safety issues, plus getting them some machines and some things to help their practices run better and smoother. So we're going to do that. Same thing down at baseball. We're getting a rolling cage down there that's a safety thing. It kind of helps protect everything around. And
all the cars in the parking lot. Yeah, we'll keep it in there.
That will be great to have that. Boys and girls golf programs have lots of kids, and especially at our junior high. I mean,
50 of them?
Yeah, got about 50 kids at the junior high in golf, but we're going to get a couple golf simulators for them so that when they can't get to a course and the weather's not conducive, they still got an ability to do some practice things and continue to get better. Sound systems, big thing. We've got a really nice auxiliary gym where volleyball and basketball use every day, and we don't have any tunes in there. So, we want to get a sound system in there in our wrestling room as well, sound system and some exercise bikes and some different things that they need. Our cheer program is amazing, and they've got a lot of things that they need, some mats and flags and speakers and straps and med balls and megaphones, and things that.
Yeah, it's not just sidelines. It's not just on the sidelines. It's a lot that goes into them.
Yeah, so this will help them to get a lot of the things that they need. And then, the big one for me is, and tonight we're First National Bank is presenting a check at halftime here at the girls game for $35,000, and that gets us halfway to a new video board. And so this bond will help us with the other half of that to get another video board here in the gym.
Very cool.
Choose volleyball, wrestling, basketball, and allow us to do some graphic things on that just provide an upgrade to our game day experience. And then the last thing that kind of on my list there is athletic training supplies. We have a new full-time athletic trainer that has been absolutely amazing.
Yep.
And these are things, whirlpool tub and some different rehab things they need. So our kids don't have to go to a physical therapist. They can do a lot of their rehab stuff here in our own facility. We've got brand new football facility down there with a huge training room.
Yep.
And you go down there any day from 11 to 12 during lunch, and there'll be 4 or 5 kids in there, and Jeff's in there with those kids and working. So these will provide some more upgrades for him and allow us to be able to do more things as far as that's concerned. So
well, and with the athletes, a lot of it's not, hey, let's wait till someone gets hurt. A lot of it's preventional, prehab is what they call it, and us being able to do that puts us at an advantage with everyone around because, there's not a lot of that going on. And Jeff, Coach Hargis, I call him Coach, he's awesome with the kids. If you've ever had an athlete get injured, but just those things for him, it makes his job a lot easier.
100%. And like I said, coaches, kids, everybody here loves him. He does a great job, and we want to make sure that he can continue to do a great job for us, provide him with everything that he needs. Fine arts on there as well, getting an acoustic sound shell for our high school auditorium, so that helps out for band, that helps out with our choir programs. And then every one of our elementaries comes over here and does a program. We had, I think, first grade was in here last night doing programs, so kind of helps with all that. So that's something that really a lot of kids will be able to benefit from. But, those are kind of all the things that are on that bond issue. Tuttle is an amazing community. Anything and everything that we ever need, they provide. It's been awesome. Our kids, and my kids both, one's graduated from here, one's a senior this year, and they'll tell you it's an awesome experience. It's a great place to be. Tuttle really supports their programs, supports their schools, supports their kids, and makes sure that they have anything and everything that they need. And I think this bond issue kind of helps us continue that tradition and continue down that road of being the best of the best.
Well, and as a coach, and you're a former coach, obviously, and coach with me, speaking from a coach's perspective, having the things that you need in place and not having to stress about, hey, are we going to be able to do this? Our guys really need these things, or, hey, maybe let's take the next step in our program. And this is one of those things that just helps us take the next step across the board, not just one sport. And that's the beautiful thing about, I like the way this is all written up. But Coach Brooks, we appreciate you coming up and visiting and explaining everything going on. And if you have any more in-depth questions, I'm sure able to reach out to Coach Brooks or our administration office, get a hold of Kendra Parker over there, and she'll get you in touch with Coach Brooks. But, we appreciate you having us. And,
not a problem.
And,
appreciate being on and being able to talk
now, the
about
date
these
is,
things.
when is the date to go vote?
Tuesday, February 13th, next week.
Gotcha.
So I think polls are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Just encourage everybody to get out and vote. And, that's definitely something that we're excited about. And I hope that next week we're real excited about everything.
That's right. All right. Well, Coach Brooks, we appreciate you being on tonight. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with this kickoff of our ladies' game here shortly.
At Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch in Tuttle, we're more than just a restaurant. We're part of the community. Our friendly staff and warm atmosphere create a welcoming environment for our guests. Come experience the warmth and hospitality of our neighborhood barbecue joint for yourself. We can't wait to serve you at Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch, Tuttle. At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle. Are you looking for a reliable lawn and landscape contractor? Call Red Tail Lawn Service. We offer residential and commercial lawn care. Red Tail Lawn Service. Call today, 405-613-9718.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Al's Heat and Air is a proud supporter of the Tuttle Tigers. Serving the Tuttle area for almost 40 years, we work on all makes and models. As a trained comfort specialist, we sell the best and service the rest. Al's Heat and Air, 405-381-3602.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm about to show you a generator power shot.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Oh, you're gonna feel it. Off the generator, off your head, nothing but net.
Off my head.
Bucket, generator power shot.
Mr. Big Shot, or that was slam dunk service.
Brian, you're hitting the head. That was not a slam dunk.
What do you think, Eddie? Aero Electric, service to the point.
All right, welcome back to Tiger TV here on the Williams Plumbing Service pregame show. Just a few more minutes of warm-ups until we kick off the first game of the doubleheader tonight against the Clinton Red Tornadoes. Red Tornadoes, I'll say this, the ladies team, they probably got a lot of heart because they're going to have to because there's 6 of them.
Yeah, I noticed that a minute ago, and I'm like, wow, there's only 6 of them. So.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's been some injuries or some frustrations or who knows, but not one I don't need to speculate. I can just say, hey, good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck. And I'm sure, I mean, you know, these girls are doing it because they love the game and going to play, so we'll make the best.
Yeah, so tonight's game, senior night, so we'll probably highlight some seniors. I think halftime of the girls' game, we'll probably visit with a couple of the boys' team member, Richie Overcash, I believe, and Gabe Avalar, hoping to have them join us at halftime of the girls' game here. And then we'll usually visit with a girls' player at halftime of the boys' game. So, but tonight, just last game. We're in back-to-back home games here, which is the only time we've done that this year and the last time.
Unusual, yeah, unusual for this season. We've been on the road quite a bit. The teams have been, and only played 6 home games all season long. That's stretching all the way back into December. But this one concludes the regular season, final home game. But we will stream the game on the 17th, the district matchup, which Ada will be back in town, and that game is scheduled to play on Saturday night, February 17th. The girls' game will begin at 6 p.m., and the boys will follow at approximately about 7:30. So that's a 6 p.m. tip-off on the 17th.
Yep, so Lady Tornadoes here visiting tonight. Coach Combs and the Lady Tigers, along with the Coach Carla Ballard here, trying to just keep things rolling in the right direction. They should tonight. I'm not one to assume and jump to conclusions. You still got to play the game, but they should be on their way to another victory, and really just trying to keep yourself prepared and healthy going into the next week's district play, district tournament play. So again, I think both girls and boys will play Ada, like he mentioned. So we're looking forward to that one next weekend on the 17th. That's Saturday.
Yep, Saturday nights, February 17th.
So we'll have that coming up. We're going to have the starting lineups coming up here in just a moment.
Yep, after the national anthem.
Yep. So, I hope you're if you're Clinton, you're like, hey, I don't want to be the one that doesn't get introduced, right? Surely you just introduce all 6 of them.
Yeah, I would think so.
You got 6. So, not knocking the 6th man. You got to have a 6th man. She might be James Harden out there or somebody.
Could be.
Like that.
You just
Russell
never
Westbrook.
know.
Yeah. So we're going to have our national anthem here, and we'll turn it over to the PA.
Would you please join me in standing for the national anthem? I think the starting lineups for our guests, the Clinton Lady Red Tornadoes. Number 2, Ella Redchin. Number 5, Lillian Line. Number 12, Lissa Day. Number 21, Ariel Williams. And number 32, Deshaun McGuire. The Lady Red Tornadoes are coached by Eugene
So your starting lineups there tonight, brought to you by Marshall Auto Supply, Napa Auto Parts here in Tuttle. So appreciate those sponsors and all of our sponsors as we get set to kick this one off tonight. Looks like 4 seniors on the starting assignment tonight. Allie Reel, number 14. Maya Sisson getting a start tonight. Ava battles Sam Teague, and then Lil Sister Kinsley. I'm sure that they're letting Lil Sister join in on the fun with the older sister. So this has been a special group of seniors that have won a lot of ball games and been in a lot of tough environments and been through a lot of adversity. A couple different head coaches now, a couple different systems, but at the end of the day, they've been very consistent about playing hard every night, being really close-knit groups. That's something you just notice with these programs is Ava battles right there, rattles home a 3-ball to get things going, but you've seen consistency with their performance, their behavior in the community, their classroom wonderfulness, if you want to call it, because they're really good people. This program's just been one of the standards across our athletic program is the girls basketball program.
Yeah, they've been solid, and you can just tell by watching them play and watching them warm up, and just getting a chance to be around them here and there. They really enjoy one another, and that makes really for good camaraderie on a team when everybody's understanding their role and they play like it. It makes for a lot better team.
Well, and we visited last week. We visited with Sam Teague at halftime. I'm sorry, not Sam. It was the younger. It was Sandlin, Marissa Sandlin.
Yeah, Marissa
at halftime last game, and she. Something she spoke on was just that there's just nobody on the team that doesn't get along with everybody, and how close they are. And as you see, a knockaway steal right there by Sam Teague, getting it down to Ava Battles, and Ava getting it to Allie. Allie able to put those in, gets a little float jumper to go after 2 offensive rebounds, so padding the stats a little bit. Full court pressure here from the Lady Tigers, and Clinton going to run the baseline. We're going to have a 5-second call. So it'll be Tuttle ball. Nope, we're going to have a timeout. Clinton, they got the timeout in before the 5 seconds. So timeout, Clinton. We'll take a quick break here on Tiger TV and be right back.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus, a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
All right, we're back here on Tiger TV as the Red Tornadoes took a timeout to avoid a 5-second inbound call and get it in here and get some pressure from the Lady Tigers. They're trying to trap, but the young point guard dribbles through the lane, a little out of control, throws a shot up. Allie Reel will rebound, her 3rd of the night already tonight. Maya Sisson kicks it back out. Up top to Ava Battles. Her second 3 attempt of the evening, no good, but Sam Teague's there for the offensive rebound, put back and foul. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, a little push from behind right there on that rebound.
So far we've gotten an Ava Battles 3 and then a couple lay-ins from Allie Reel to get things going here. Sam Teague trying to get in the column, and she does. 2 for 2 from the line for Teague. That one knocked out of bounds, but Clinton unable to register a win so far this year. They are 0-20 right now on the year. Allie Real soccered that thing right off of
right into their coach.
Right off of coach's chest, and she went over to apologize, and he's like, hey, that's about it. That's part of it. So
that's
shouldn't
right.
have been there. But so Lady Tigers putting the pressure on, getting a turnover right there. Sam Teague catches the interception and dishes it in to Maya Sisson, the homecoming queen. Maya getting her first bucket of the night. So all the seniors on the floor have now scored early here in the ball game, spreading the love with 11 points on the board and 4 different scores. Clinton trying to break the pressure here. Sam Teague getting that one swatted away. Nice defense there. Clinton coached by Eugene 2. I think he goes by 2. TW Jefferson. And they've played some close ball games here and there. It's just a sheer amount of numbers, I think, is getting them in trouble with them.
Right.
You know, I know that if you can take anybody, and you can take the Maddie Servers of the world and say, hey, you don't get a break, you're going to wear down and get tired. So Hensley now in the column there. His little sister gets on the board. So all 5 starters in the column here so far early on. Clinton breaks this pressure all the way down. A little run jumper going off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound. And kick it out to the wing. Long 3 ball up off the back iron. Knocked out of bounds and heading the other way to Tuttle. I think we're going to be without Jackson Nix tonight. He's got a players meeting for baseball tomorrow and said he just tested positive for strep throat. So we wish Jackson well tonight, and hopefully he said, do I need to reschedule my meeting? And I said, I'm going to reschedule it for you right now. You're not coming up here with strep throat.
You can keep your strep throat.
I bet he's not at the ball game tonight. And so wishing Jackson some good vibes.
Yep.
Little jumper in the corner, misses everything. Allie Real collects it.
There's been a lot of that stuff going around.
We were both sick last week.
Yep.
Kingsley battles another jumper right there. Clinton going up court with it. Ava intercepts that one there. She dribbles through the lane, up through traffic, and in for Ava Battles. That's 5 points for her here. Tigers will probably employ the press here for the most part of the first quarter, and then you'll see them back off into a defense. I'm sure as Sam Teague gets an intercepted pass, and she'll take the fast break layup in for 2. Timeout on the floor by Coach Jackson, Lady Tornadoes. We'll take a quick timeout, commercial break. We'll be right back with Tiger TV.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm about to show you a generator power shot.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Oh, you're gonna feel it. Off the generator, off your head, nothing but net.
Off my head.
Bucket, generator power shot.
You missed a big shot, or that was slam dunk service.
Brian, you hit in the head. That was not a slam dunk.
What do you think, Eddie? Arrow Electric, service to the point.
We're back here on Tiger TV. We're just chuckling. Old Peanut at Arrow Electric.
Yep.
Linus. He is the
like
man.
that.
He's hilarious.
I like that.
Hey, he's a great dude. He gives us so much to service and obviously donations and different things, and supports our Tiger TV program financially. But man, he does some good commercials. His are probably one of my favorite ones.
They're creative.
Yeah. And he's a character. Guy can play some basketball too.
Yep. That's
Maddox Wilson's father.
Yep.
And but he can jump off the wall, do a backflip. I've seen him do that before. He's a little crazy. But old Peanut, if you need electricity, I think he's about to maybe help out with some stuff over at the baseball field. Sam Teague bangs home a 3 ball. looking at maybe for all you viewers, trying to make it the friendly confines like they call Wrigley Field. Ava Battle's getting a fast break lay in.
Those lights y'all are installing over there are really interesting. I saw them somewhere. I don't remember where we were at.
Well,
was it the same kind of lights they had?
It's the same kind of light system as softball's got, where they're LEDs and you can't really tell they're on. They point down and out over the field, so you don't see like a light glare.
Right.
And so those are going in right now. They're replacing those and getting up on these big lifts and way up there with the wind, and it's crazy. But they're doing that right now, and we'll have a well-lit ballpark. And not that it wasn't terribly lit. It's just so expensive to turn those things on.
Right.
And the LEDs, it will not be hardly any cost.
Right, yeah, they don't use very much power.
And so it's a greener deal that helps our school save some money in the long run, probably.
Well, and I've seen those on some football fields, and I don't remember where
ours have the new LEDs.
But they're not exactly the same.
No,
as
they're
these.
a little different. Yeah, they're a little different.
But those ones that lay flat like that, you can't. It looks like. Almost looks like, well, I don't know if that they have yours all set yet, but it looks like the one that's over right field is pointing backwards.
Yeah.
Like it would shine behind the field.
And so halfway up that light pole, there's another light that shines up, and those lights meet and then broadcast out. I don't know. It's
how they do it.
Above my pay grade.
Yep.
You look at them and you're like, well, this is not going to be enough light. And then all of a sudden it's like, bam.
Yeah, surprising how bright they actually are. Yeah, and it's a clean, clear light.
Yep.
So, and the best part about the LED lights is they're instantaneous. You turn on. They
sometimes you can turn them on. I'm not sure if ours are capable, and if they are, awesome. But you can turn it on from your phone.
Yeah.
Like I know our softball lights are programmed that way, where if Coach Cobb's at the house and a kid's like, hey, I'm up here to do some work on the field or whatever, trying to get some extra work in, they can text her and she can, from her phone, flip the lights on for them, and they can get some work in. And then, hey, I'm gone, and she can flip them right back off. So pretty cool technology nowadays, instead of going over and, either turning a key and popping everything on and breaking your key off in the deal, and then they stay on, or shoving up the old handle that takes 150 pounds of force to push up to get the lights to crank on.
1,000 watts.
Oh, yeah. So Sam Teague, an open look on a wing three. That one's short, no good. Sam was a little cold last week, or earlier this week. The weather's warmed up, and she's warmed up a little bit too. So.
Yep, warmed up just in time to get cold again.
That's right.
But now the weather forecast is changing again. One of the weather guys saying nothing but rain.
Well, you know what starts next week for us, right?
Scrimmages.
And so sorry about the forecast, folks, but if baseball is scheduled, you're going to get cold weather and wind and snow.
Right.
And that's just how it works in mid-February.
Yep.
30-0 here, first quarter, 5 seconds on the clock. Clinton heaving a prayer up, off the glass, no good. Sam Teague firing it back the other way. That one knocked away. After 30 for the Lady Tigers, and they got a full crew of subs going to the table, but we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with second quarter, Tuttle Tiger TV.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
Back here on Tiger TV, first quarter just wrapped up. Lady Tigers have poured 30 points on the board and held Clinton scoreless so far here tonight. And we were just talking about so like the lights are new over there, but we were talking about what else were we talking about? Upgrade. Oh yeah, Aero Electric. That's where I got off path.
That's
here.
where you got off right.
We were talking about Aero Electric and Coach Mechanical are kind of teaming up. We're trying to put together a project over at the baseball field so that when the thousands and thousands of people come to the games this spring, and it's a little chilly. We're trying to put some heat underneath the awnings there on our bleachers that pushes down towards the crowd. So that's kind of what's in the works. And I think Linus said he was going to install it all for free, and Bo was going to donate everything for free. I could have heard him wrong, but no, they'll help us out with that project, and we sure appreciate the sponsors we have for Tiger TV, and that's why we need to go support their businesses, because they do stuff like that for us. And no, they're not donating all the heat as a 3-ball goes in for Miss Kendall Cummings, her 3rd straight 3-ball dating back to last week. She's hit all 3 that she shot, so hot hand for Kendall. But that's why you do support these sponsors and our local businesses that you see. You see their ads up at the top that they scroll across. Well, I think one of the banks that we have is donating, like Coach Brooks said, $35,000 towards new video board in the gym here, and on the other end. And then, BKM Electric does a lot of different things with our programs. Aero Electric, like I mentioned, them and Coates Mechanical directly doing some things for our baseball program as Clinton gets their first bucket of the night. But that's why you go support those things. I haven't experienced all the businesses that necessarily sponsor us, but I've heard of all of them, and I know they've helped our baseball program directly. As that one gets into Williams, Miss Alexis with the lay-in. But you got to go support those companies. That's the real thing. Like, you see the ads and, but go out and if you're going to get something, go get it from those people, because they all really help the student athletes here that you're watching on the floor with their contributions to their programs. And they're not able to do that, obviously, without creating successful businesses. And I think one way you do that is you put together a good product, and you put good services out there, and you have good relationships with people, as Kinsley passes through everybody.
Yeah, all of the sponsors that make this possible are, if they're donating money to help get Tiger TV on the air, I mean, that's really a special thing for us. I mean, we've been on the air for 4 years. We've had most of the same sponsors return every year, and that's just keeps it going. It makes it possible for us to do things like go to the playoffs this year. We did a couple of playoff football games. We're going to be doing all the basketball playoffs, starting with the districts on the 17th. Then we'll go to Ada for the regionals, and Blanchard to finish the regionals. And then, provided, we make it to the area tournament in Hennessy, we'll be at the area tournament as well.
Never been to Hennessy. I mean, I've never stopped.
I've driven through Hennessy many times over the years. Haven't
I've
spent
played
a lot
them a
of
couple
time
times. I've coached against them a couple times, but
they
never at Hennessy.
Yeah, they had a football coach that was a Tuttle graduate, and I don't remember his name. I'm drawing a complete blank. I know who it is. He was a couple of years behind me in school, but coached down there at Hennessy, their football program, for a while.
They've got some tough kids, and I'm sure they've got a pretty decent facility.
They have a really nice. I saw photos of their gym.
Hopefully we got some good Wi-Fi. We went out.
They do. I've already made contact with them at Hennessy, and we're getting all that kind of stuff lined up, because having Wi-Fi service in the gym is critical.
Yeah, we experienced that last year, and it wasn't really anybody's fault.
Yeah.
It was just that we were really battling some metal building
thing, and then they just didn't have a very strong Wi-Fi setup in there, and then. And then on top of that, there was 2 teams, trying to live stream at the same time on limited internet, and so, that was at Henrietta. Didn't go over real well. But pretty much everywhere else we've been, we've either gotten cooperation one way or the other. Like Ada, 2 or 3 years ago, we did regionals down at Ada again, pretty sure it was regionals, and. We couldn't get a Wi-Fi signal in their gym, and they loaned us their personal hotspot to stream with. So,
And usually with the broadcast, I'm not this is not my profession or anything. I did go to school to do this kind of stuff, but a lot of that is, me being a coach, I'm a Tuttle Tiger through and through and everything, but in the media world, you're all about, hey, if I can help your program go off better, I want to help you at all costs. And that's really a pretty cool deal because there's not like a rivalry between those broadcast teams. They're always going to help each other. And I know that we provide, thanks to a lot of things that have happened in our community, and sponsors, but we've provided a lot of hospitality to people that come into our building. So I see right here a voucher for a Wi-Fi system for an opposing team.
Yeah, so. During wrestling, Guthrie came up and we provided them with Wi-Fi here in the gym, and we have fantastic Wi-Fi service. Our tech guys,
Hill, baby, he's the man.
And the guys at Industry Systems just kill it around here with the technology. But
my computer tower in my baseball office that runs my entire life. I'll just say that I run everything off of there. It was about an inch deep in water the other night. We had a sink go down in the baseball.
Oh, right, yeah.
And we flooded, and Barry Hill came and got my tower and saved it and saved everything I had and got it up and running, and it's already back up and going and hooked up to the printer again, and now I don't feel like I'm lost anymore. But and a lot of that is the stuff that comes up like bond issues.
Right.
I mean, bond issues to build nice facilities, but also equip the facilities with things that are up to date.
Yeah, the technology.
And then for instance, we've got a camera up here. Everybody that we play against on the road, and when we go on the road most times, but they always have students that are sitting right next to us from the other school filming on an iPad the game, and we've got a camera system that's mounted here on the rafters that automatically tracks the basketball and movements, and it's crazy how it works. But it doesn't work well for our broadcast, but it does work really well for coaches to be able to scout and watch their own game film and stuff like that. So and even in places like the baseball field, I mean, we've got really strong Wi-Fi setting in the bleachers at the baseball field.
Right.
I mean, so it's just a blessing to be at a place like this that takes care of their people, and a lot of it goes to the sponsors. Now that one's long range buried.
Yep.
Number 1 there, the freshman, and I'm trying to find my roster here because
that's Riley Odell. She's a sophomore.
She's new.
She's a sophomore.
So Riley from the wing there from downtown. Haley Day in the ball game right now. Riley Odell, Kinsey Ballard. Looks like
it's Jordan, and I forgot Jordan's name. Number 25.
Nice pass from there into Brianna. Kinsey going to fire it from long range. No good, but Jordan grabs the rebound. The youngster's doing a good job swinging it around. I'll tell you this.
Jackson. It's Jordan Jackson.
The middle school girls program right now, the 7th and 8th graders are really, really good girls basketball teams.
Well, the 8th grade team is really, really talented.
I think they lost 1 game this year.
Yeah, I think so, 1 or 2.
I think the 7th grade were the same. I could be wrong. One of them could be undefeated.
Yep.
But both of those teams, the 7th and 8th grade, and then I teach the 6th grade PE class. And if you're a fan and you're kind of wondering about, what's the future look like for Tuttle athletics? I know a lot of people just watch these games and don't have kids playing. They just want something to watch on Friday night. But I'll tell you right now, and I'm partial to them because they're in my class right now, but the 6th graders are one of the more talented groups of athletes across the board, and that's boys and girls. I mean,
well, they won in the football, the boys.
They've never lost a game.
They never lost a game in Little League football. They're like 6 times in a row the league championships. I mean, they're extremely well coached by the guys that coach them and good athletes. But, yeah, talking about the girls basketball program going forward, I mean, our 8th grade and 7th grade class are going to send some good athletes, especially the 8th grade, to the freshman group next year. You might actually see a couple of those freshmen get on the court next year.
We're going to lose some really good players.
Oh, we're losing some big-time players. Losing to Allie Reel and Battles and Ava Battles and Sam Teague is huge. They've all been playing well for 3 years. I mean, they've been getting a lot of play time. Allie Reel, I think, started since she's a freshman. So, we're going to see some freshmen next year, getting into the lineup early in the season that'll be exciting. There's some good talent there.
Good pass from Haley Day down there on the block. That one goes up. It's knocked away. Free throws coming, but 13 seconds left here just before half. But, yeah, so the middle school girls, and one thing I'll just give some props, but, Coach Combs is very, very involved in the middle school program, and I know Coach Jobe is as well with the boys, and they've got some talented middle school boys teams right now, and I'll tell you, but the coaches being involved in those younger kids' careers early and kind of teaching them how they want them to play so that when they become freshmen, because that's the biggest thing to overcome as a coach is the gap of information that they may or may not know as they become ninth graders. You go from playing almost like youth sports to adult sports in a hurry.
Right.
And it's a big change. And so kudos to both of our boys and girls coaches, Coach Combs and Coach Jobe, and along with Coach Ballard and Coach Reimers, putting their hand in those youth programs and even the youth or junior high programs, but even into the youth community. And you'll see tonight, I think, the cheer program getting the youth involved later in the boys' game at halftime.
You'll see that this evening.
But, well, it's halftime here. We'll take a short little break for halftime.
Yeah, I want to come back for that check presentation.
Yeah, we'll have a check presentation here shortly, and be back in about 1 minute.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
At Ortho Central, our goal is simple: to make your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after your grandkids, or simply enjoying a day without pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and now Newcastle, Ortho Central's team of surgeons, physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers are committed to helping you live your best life. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
Oh, here's the check presentation.
Welcome back to Tiger TV. Here at halftime, we're going to have a First National Bank, and they're going to present a check here to the athletic program. And I see Brooklyn Chancellor down there, the daughter of Misty Corley, and she's on staff at the bank. I dropped some checks off for her to deposit. So
well, she makes my deposit almost every day when I go in there to make
drop
my
it
daily.
Off and walk out. And,
make my daily.
I call her Swole Cat. She was a softball player for us. She's got those muscles. So Brooklyn is Brooklyn down there. But this is a $35,000 donation from the First National Bank and Trust Company here in Tuttle, and 132 years of banking here in Oklahoma. But they are donating a $35,000 check to our athletic programs for them to be able to put a video board on the other end of our gym. We have one here on the left side of our gym floor if you're looking at the court here, and on the right side we'll have another one to match here fairly soon. And like we talked about, just able to do more things and upgrade our facilities. So certainly appreciate First National Bank and Trust for being here, and you see the check there that they're about to deposit into the athletic funds account. So awesome deal for our community.
All right, well, as soon as they finish up here, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Richie Overcash and Gabe Avalon.
Thanks to this team and the $35,000 donation from First National Bank and Trust for making this video board a reality for everyone who enjoys Tuttle Tiger competition. We can't wait to see it installed this summer. So let's hear it for First National Bank and Trust.
How long's it been since you had pizza? I mean good pizza. Piping hot, cheesy pizza that'll make your mouth water. At the Pizza Shop, we make old school pizza at old school prices. The Pizza Shop, 410 East Main, Tuttle.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
All right, we're back here on Tiger TV, and joining me here at halftime, senior night tonight, got Gabe Avalar, the senior point guard, and then Richie Overcash, number 20, the senior shooting guard, swingman, whatever you want to call it, bucket getter. That's what I like to call him right there. So, boys, okay, we've had it's just the elephant out of the room. We haven't won as many games as we probably want to, right? And but I think this year's been good. I think you guys have grown as a group and meshed well, and I think you guys like each other. I think everybody pretty much gets along. And talk a little bit about the season so far and maybe some of those ups and downs and what they've taught you.
I mean, it's been different, but I think we came a long way, and up and down. That'll help us in the playoffs when we got to go further down in the close games and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to winning, and this year it's been a little bit disappointing, but we still played some really, really, really good teams, and I think we fought with them, and it's going to help us when playoffs come around. It doesn't get any easier. So
you're right about that, and I will say the quality of opponents. I mean, you guys have not really had an off night where it's hey, we're going to get an easy win here. You're playing somebody, and then you know how it is. I mean, when someone's playing the Tuttle Tigers in anything, they're going to bring their effort, and I'm sure you guys know that just from being out there and everything. But Richie, your role has completely taken a 180 from 2 years ago, where you were a kind of a spot guy that could come in and get some defensive presence out there on the floor, but also shoot it a little bit, into last year where you were kind of the guy that whenever the scouting report came out, hey, that's the shooter, you can't let him shoot, don't worry about him doing a whole lot else. And now really saying, hey, we need a bucket, go get us a bucket. Talk a little bit about what that's been like as far as mentally and how you've carried yourself through that.
I came into the season expecting it, so I put in a lot of work this summer on improving ball handling, moves that I can get to the rim, but also just I want to continue to set up teammates and not get tunnel vision of just going and getting the bucket every time, and just trying to get Chad, J-Nix, Gabe, Jake involved all the time.
Well, and I even mentioned this last broadcast to Kevin during the broadcast. I said, Richie's having to take, and that's hard. It's not easy to say, hey, we need a bucket, go get one. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. Just go get a bucket. But I told Kevin, I said, Richie doesn't force anything. It's not like he's forcing shots. He's never taking, I would say you don't take bad shots. But you're getting to spots and you're taking shots when you get to your spots, and I think that's a sign of maturity. I don't know if you're trying to go play at the next level, but I feel like when you're putting up points like you are at the rate you are on certain nights, I mean, you look at those shots, there's none of them that are off balance. There's none of them that are really contested, and I think you've done a really good job of just staying the course. And like you said, you saying that really throws that light bulb on for me. Like, yeah, I know. I was talking about that, how you're really being a really good teammate at the same time. Gabe, man, you're defensively, it's just awesome to watch you play every night. I know you give a lot of people a lot of problems. I know you came out for football this year, and you're going to go play at Southern Nazarene University next year as a football player, which is crazy because you took some time off from football, and then you come back and really made an impact out there. You almost broke our other broadcaster, Eli Pagel's interception record for the school. He was nervous every night, but he was wanting you to get it. I'll say that.
I think I should have had it.
You should have. You did. You definitely. I was definitely giving you crap about it. But no, Gabe, you come from a tough family. Brother Adrian down in the trenches, and I know Coach Merritt here before you. I know you guys had a great relationship. He told me one night, he said, I know, and I'm not just saying this, he said he could go be a boxer, and he could be an elite boxer because of his hand-eye coordination and his anticipations. And what helps you out there defensively cause so many turnovers and problems for people?
I kind of just watch them on film or something, just see how they do it. And then after like the first pass they did, then I kind of just see what will get them to throw the ball over there or how they dribble it. Well, just kind of just baiting them into throwing it there.
Yeah, you see the steals that he has, Richie. He's not picking people's pockets, which is crazy. Like most guys that get steals, they're taking the ball from people. I will say you got to quit fouling so much.
Yeah, that's what I've tried to do.
I know.
I realize
that's just the coach in me, right?
Anytime I ask him, like, what do you see? What are you looking for? He's just like, I go grab the ball. I'm like, I can't do that.
It all just kind of slows down when the ball's in the air.
Yeah, so you do your research, and then you validate your research with a visual, and then you go take it away. So if you're watching at home and you're a young kid, sign up for Gabe Avalar's Defensive Clinic, coming soon to a Tuttle gym near you. But so Coach Job, new this year, you guys are a little different flavor of basketball. What's been fun about that?
It ain't as like I would say aggressive kind of. Coach Merritt was like constantly screaming, which nothing was wrong with it. That's how it was.
You guys handled that fine.
Yeah, that was fine. Like I didn't care. That's just how he got us to play. And then Job gets us to play differently. Like just talks to us, and it's just kind of laid back, but not really.
Sure. Well, and I know you guys, tempo-wise, are trying to go 100 miles an hour.
I will say it's a lot faster.
Sure.
Merritt wanted to play faster, but this is more like we're constantly running in this one.
Sure. Richie, you've scored it at a very high rate this year, and I know you said you put a lot of work into the gym. What else, who's kind of helped you, because it's not a solo deal. You can work, but you've had guys pushing you. Who are some of those guys that have really helped up your game this winter?
Obviously, all my teammates. I asked them, what they see, what I could do differently, and I text Garrett Redwine after almost every game he watches,
awesome.
And he tells me anything he sees that I could do. And
I wonder if he's going to coach. I wonder if he's going to coach when he gets older.
I think he'd be good.
He would be
good at it.
But I even talk to Allie sometimes and ask her what she sees, because she's a different mind too. So just anyone I can talk to, my mom obviously.
Well, I know your mom is already out.
Yeah. But
you just tell your dad whenever he says stuff, just stick to the diamond, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Dad made the trip down tonight. I knew that was happening. He told me he was coming. I was not allowed to tell you.
Yeah, I had no clue.
But he said he had no clue. So that was probably exciting. I know Gabe's family's always here, thick in the stands, and senior night. What's your favorite memory, Gabe, of being a Tuttle Tiger in general?
I know we all said Tulsa, but that was fun. Just racing around the hotel. Yeah, we raced around the hotel and
just being
Tulsa.
Idiots in a hotel.
Yeah, and then
high school
Merritt
kids
got us in trouble, and then we blamed it on this little kid that was racing on the floor below us. He believed us.
Of course he did.
So we kind of got out of that one because that kid was racing. But it was just teenagers being teenagers in the hotel.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Richie, what about you? I mean, memories and what's been your most, your most prideful moments of being Tuttle Tiger? I know you moved here. Your mother took a job here, and your dad took a job obviously in Norman at the time, and your family was kind of separated for a little while. You got back together, and then Dad got a new job,
yep.
and so. But what's been your deal? What have you enjoyed about Tuttle since your time here?
I mean, all of my teammates, their family, just everything. I've loved it. It's been awesome. The basketball team, I felt like they kind of I got here, they kind of took me in almost, and it was awesome. It's been awesome.
Well, both of you have been a joy to watch and broadcast, as we got an injury here on the floor. Like we rolled an ankle here, but hopefully she's okay.
I've never seen a team with 6 people.
I know. I said it's got to be rough at practice. Those coaches, they got as many coaches as players, so they have to get out there and work. But no, I think it's been a pleasure to broadcast your games, and I do this because it's fun. I get the best seat in the house. I get usually free dinner or something like that. But it's been a pleasure, watching Gabe. You playing in football. I tried to keep him in baseball. I really did. I told him, I said, man, Avalar's just a baseball name. It is. And you're left-handed, man. And he does not throw left-handed. He doesn't.
No, I throw. I don't bat.
I'm sorry, he doesn't bat left-handed. He threw left-handed. But I was really trying to keep him out there on the diamond. Richie grew up on the diamond, and I was trying to keep him out there. But I truly enjoyed watching you guys, and I know we've got a fun relationship. Even though you're not baseball players anymore, I've always. They all know they can ask me for anything. So it's been a pleasure watching you, Gabe, on all the courts and floors, and then. Richie, it's been really fun watching you expand into the player you are. Future plans, Richie, you know what in the horizon? Do you have any kind of ideas or things you want to do?
I want to play.
Well, you heard it here, colleges.
I'm thinking maybe walk on somewhere, be like a practice player almost, and maybe
earn your
play
stripes.
there. Yeah, and then maybe if I go D1, walk on, transfer down, and everything will be slower, and I'll be used to the speed of the college game and go tear things up in D2.
That's right. Well, and I'm sure, hey, there's a school up north that your dad might work at, right?
That's the thought right now.
Tuition usually gets a little cheaper when you go someplace where your parents employed, and I bet he knows where their office is. Surely he could throw him a hat or something.
I told him the other day to go bump into the basketball coach for me.
There we go. So, no, Richie, I think that I've talked to people before. I think that that's probably something that you'll have an opportunity to do at some time. Obviously, these games are important for the Tuttle Tigers. Those are good games to get seen at as well. And so we just wish you guys both the best of luck. All right, give me the breakdown. What do we got to do? What are some of the keys we got to do, not tonight, but next week against Ada? What are some of the keys to win in that first game next week?
So we got to rebound.
Rebound for sure.
Second chance.
Stop the point guard penetration. It happened way too much, and just got to cut down on that. I think they got hot, and we got.
They did.
We got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Well, just rebound probably.
Yeah.
Sure.
Rebound and fight.
Well, and one thing I've always said about you group of guys, and it hasn't mattered if it's been Coach Merritt or Coach Jobe, and as a coach myself, they'll be the first ones to say it's not me, it's these kids. But I've always said, you guys play your tails off every night, and sometimes there's 8 of you that play that night, sometimes there's 12 of you that play that night, but whoever plays, you guys are always cooking. I mean, you are running around. There's no jogging up and down the floor. There's no taking a play off. Even if you don't have anything in the tank, you're always giving. And I think that's the most thing I'm most proud of about your program is the way you guys bring energy every night. And that's something you can hang your hat on. And I've always talked about success is not a scoreboard or a trophy at the end of the year. To me, it's did you pour everything you did into something that you're proud of? And I know that both of you guys, the way you carry yourselves and the way you operate, both of you guys are successful in my books just because of I've never seen you take a night off. I'll say that. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you.
Well, boys, good luck to you tonight against the Red Tornadoes, and we'll see you next Saturday night here on Tiger TV. I hope you come out and watch the game in person. They want to hear the crowd be loud, and then go back home and watch the replay just to get a double dip of it. That's kind of the goal for us next Saturday, fill up the crowd and stands. And any special shout-outs before you go here?
My parents.
My parents, too, and my grandparents, who also made the trip somehow. It surprised
Awesome.
me.
Somehow, huh?
Somehow.
They catch the train down here?
Yeah, I don't know how they got down here.
Evaporated over here to Tuttle, Oklahoma, baby. So, well, good luck to you guys tonight. Best of luck to you. Always pulling for you. I don't care if you're playing basketball or whatever you're doing. I'll always be a big fan. So,
thank you, Coach.
Congrats on a great career so far. Let's keep it going and all that. So, thank you guys.
Thank you.
That was Gabe Avalar and Richie as they got this most of the way through the third quarter. Visiting with those guys is always fun. Visiting with the high school athletes, it's something I really enjoy talking to those guys and picking their brains on things. They're usually pretty nervous when they come up here to talk, and those guys are great young men that kind of lead this program right now and do a good job off the floor. They're great people, got great families, and exciting people to be around. So Marissa Sandlin dumping in a bucket under the basket here, 63-4. with 2:25 left here in the third. But, Kevin, I was just talking about how great those kids are.
Yep.
Both of those guys have, different backgrounds. Gabe has been here.
Yeah, I've known Gabe for a few years now,
Yep.
but Richie just really getting a chance to know him better this year, and just enjoy watching him play. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I didn't get to tell Gabe, but he's going to go to Southern Nazarene to play football. Southern Nazarene is my alma mater. That's where
that's right.
That's where I went to college. So
we've got a lot of athletes that are at Southern Nazarene.
Yeah, Darcy DeWitt going to go play golf.
Yeah, Brooklyn Stars over there playing softball. Yeah, we've had her brother here on the film crew before. So, but no, it's been a lot of athletes, and then Gentry Henderson is over there playing softball as well. She's a pitcher over there at Southern Nazarene. So.
Yep, not too far away.
Kyler Clapper's kicking over there.
That's right. Kyler's going to be the kicker there, so super excited about
Kyler's a registered umpire now.
Is he really?
And he is going to umpire a lot of our middle school baseball games this year. And
that's awesome.
So get out there and yell at Kyler if you're upset about his strike zone.
Go kick some dirt on his shoes.
That's right. Kick some turf on his shoes.
Get some turf. I guess it'd be be kicking little pebbles.
Yep. So. No, he got his umpire registration. I think last summer. He's been umpiring for a long time at Schrock Park, and then kind of making his way. Got a little dose of high school, which he says I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not. That's because those people are crazy. You get really yelled at out there by me too.
Yeah, that it takes a special individual to be an official.
It does.
I have attempted it a time or two in my lifetime, and. I don't want to be an official. There's two things I don't want to be. One is an official, and the other is a bus driver.
Well, I've been both of those too, and I don't know which one's worse: getting yelled at by the parents, or yelling at the kids, or trying to get them to be quiet. So, no, it's taking those Spirit buses down to Wagner the last couple.
Wagner,
oh man, those buses are. It's like making sure nobody's doing anything they shouldn't be doing, and trying to drive the bus, and
y'all got stuck in some traffic on the turnpike.
We always get stuck in traffic. Yeah, we left way early to avoid it, and we still got stuck.
Still get stuck in it. Well, I've gotten to the point now where I just stay off of that turnpike and go a different direction if I can. And I went a completely different direction. I took I-40 that night and then went up from Shakota up through Muskogee and didn't have any problem getting to Wagner. It's a little bit further of a trip to go that way, but only like 10 minutes.
Sure.
So I'm sure it won't be the last time we'll make a trip to Wagner.
Somebody's got to score here real quick. It's 66-6, and
we need a score.
Get in there.
Get that one. Oh, short.
Third quarter over, 66-6. Fourth quarter coming up. We'll take a timeout and be right back on Tiger TV.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
Al's Heat and Air is a proud supporter of the Tuttle Tigers. Serving the Tuttle area for almost 40 years, we work on all makes and models. As a trained comfort specialist, we sell the best and service the rest. Al's Heat and Air, 405-381-3602.
We're back here on Tiger TV. Get a good look at the Lady Tigers bench. Coach Combs got the zebra dress on. Coach Ballard dressed to the nines in her power suit.
Those two ladies are always dressed to the nines on game night.
Yeah, you got to be.
I love it.
She's always, I've known Jamie. I'll just call her Jamie because we're friends before she ever came to Tuttle. But I will tell you, she has a bunch of those shoes, and she's notorious. She's always worn them, and that's kind of her deal. I remember the basketball coach now at UCO, his name's Bob Hoffman. If you're a basketball person, you know Coach Hoffman, and he was the boys coach at OBU when I was a little kid in Shawnee growing up, and he had these loafers, these penny loafers, and he would just smack the ground with them as loud as you've ever heard. He's about 6'7".
Oh, man, and, that's probably a big shoe,
too.
Yeah,
and so he's just, those penny loafers, I just never forget that, and I think Coach Combs has got those shoes, and everybody knows the coaching community knows she's going to wear her shoes and look pretty and all those things. So that's kind of her deal. But no, Coach Hoffman left OBU, went to several different places, went to Mercer and beat Duke in the in the March Madness tournament. It was like a 15-2 upset. Went to the Sweet 16, I believe.
Nice.
Now he's at UCO, and they're in the top. I don't know if they still are, but they've been in the top 5 or 10 in the country this year, ranked nationally. So he's had a great career and always treated me really well as a young child, and then met him professionally whenever I was coaching over at UCO. They were about to hire him there, so awesome person. As Clinton gets another one to go here, 68-9.
3-point shot.
Yep. Cortland Traxler there dumps it into Sandlin. Into Alexis Williams, playing a little triangle offense right there. Gonna have a foul here on Clinton. Just over 6.5 minutes here. So we talked about the playoff bracket. Districts are Saturday night at 6 o'clock. The winner of that district game will go next Thursday to Ada, and they will play. I'm not sure who the winner would be.
Well, they're going to play, let's see, they play the winner of Broken Bow versus Bing. They play District 3 winner, and the loser from that game plays the loser of Broken Bow.
Next Thursday.
That would be next Thursday at 1 p.m. The winner plays Thursday. Now, this is Thursday the 22nd of February that we're talking about in Ada. And then, so the girls would play here or here.
Yeah, so this week, this next week, I guess, Saturday coming up the 17th is here. And then you win, you go to Ada. You lose, you go to Ada. If you win, you play the late night game. If you lose, you play
one night in
game.
Ada, and then you go to Blanchard on Friday night if you win. And the boys' bracket looks exactly the same. I mean, if you win, you go to Ada. You play at 7:30 on February 22nd. If you lose, you go to Ada, and you also play the winner or loser of Broken Bow versus Bing.
Yeah,
that's hard to say. Broken Bow versus Bing.
Yep.
So,
Coach Sean Streeter, the former Tuttle Tiger head baseball coach years ago, went on a 5-year stretch here. Won a couple state championships here as a head coach, and he's the head coach over at Bing High School for baseball. And he was I made a post about it, but he was inducted into the Oklahoma Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. I had to miss that game that night.
Right.
It was his Hall of Fame induction, and it was a really cool evening to kind of hear some stories. I don't really know him very well, but I know he and the Cobbs are very, very close friends. Coach Cobb and Rebecca and Lance, very close family friends of Coach Streeter. So he's over there at Bing doing a really good job. They've got a good group of baseball players again over there. So always good to see the former Tuttle coaches and players doing well. I know Coach Travis Owens over at Chickasha High School helping out as an assistant over there, and still living here in Tuttle, still a Tuttle Tiger true and true. If you had to pick, he'd still wear the red, I think.
Yeah, so, I'm sure. Yeah, he's an old Tuttle boy from back in the day too. So.
Yep. But
some of us have been around here for a long, long time. I don't even want to use the number of years I've been around here. So.
Well, I'm in my 5th year, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been great.
5th year as a Tuttle Tiger. I'm in my 48th year as a Tuttle Tiger.
Yep.
I moved here when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, we were a Class A school at the time. Not a lot of kids in my class, but by the time I got to high school, we were actually a little bit larger. We were in 3A by then in high school, but that was because there wasn't a high school at Bridge Creek at that time.
Gotcha.
Didn't have a wrestling program at that time either. Wrestling didn't start till the year after I graduated, and then really didn't get going for a couple more years.
Kendall Cummings is just on fire.
Yeah, she's really good with that 3-point shot.
She
I have watched her. I've been in here working on different things and watched her especially in the summertime, and she just makes that shot over and over and over again.
Good shot by Kendall. That's I don't know that she's missed a 3 in her last 4 attempts. I didn't notice earlier if she hit another one or not. I could have missed it while we were visiting with Mr. Aguilar and Mr. Overcash, but big win here tonight for the Lady Tigers, up 73-11 right now, and Alexis Williams going to get called for a foul, but it's a good night. The youngsters, I know they finished their JV campaign, and they didn't get to play a JV game tonight, I don't believe, so they're getting to play.
No, but all the JVers are playing right now.
They've been playing more of the game.
Yeah, then you got the freshmen coming in right now, getting ready to change out.
Yep.
Jordan Jackson and Brianna Williams, Haley Day, Kinsey Ballard, and Riley Odell, the sophomore, coming onto the floor now.
Yep, so 5 new ladies coming in the ball game, and we hope that the Clinton lady Red Tornado that went down with injury, we hope she's okay. She's got some ice over there on her ankle.
Yeah, they got her ice in her, and their trainer has been there with her for a while, so I hate to see that.
Rolled her ankle pretty good trying to weave through some traffic, and I think maybe stepped on somebody else's foot. That's usually how it happens. You usually don't win that battle, so.
Right. Yep, the floor has no give in it.
No.
But I hate to see that for the young lady.
That one falls for Kinsey Ballard.
Is that Kinsey? Yeah, got her a 3-pointer.
Everybody's fired up over there, and Coach Ballard's trying. Look at Carla's over there trying to keep a straight face, like she's not smiling. She really tried to hide her emotions. That's pretty cool to see sis, little sis, hit the 3 ball, and that girl is Tuttle Tigers through and through. She's at every, obviously, football game swatted away by Brianna, but Kinsey always the little sister running around the sidelines giving water bottles to people, and now she's growing into the 9th grade Kinsey, who's hitting 3 balls in the varsity game.
Well, when she was in elementary school, it was kind of fun after the end of the game watching her go out there to give her dad a hug.
Oh, yeah, she gets fired up.
Yeah, that was fun stuff.
We do have our cheer clinic. There's another swat by Brianna, but we do have our cheer clinic coming up at halftime here tonight of the boys' game. We'll have 7,000 little girls and boys or whoever in here.
This place is filled up here on our side. It's kind of full.
So there'll be a lot of cheering going on and dancing, I'm sure, going on. And
lots of little bows and ponytails.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. So those girls, all of them, they want to grow up and be a Tuttle Tiger cheerleader, be on the Tuttle Palm squad.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had a daughter who grew up, and I can remember, of course, I was always being sarcastic, but, you know, I remember not wanting my daughter to be a cheerleader, but when she became a cheerleader, I was extremely proud.
Oh, yeah, they put a lot of work in. I'm telling you,
they work very hard.
We'll be practicing late, and the intermediate school and ECC parking lots will be empty, and then you'll just see here comes 20 girls running across the parking lot. It's 30 degrees outside. They're running in a pack of wolves down the road, and I'm like, who in the heck is running? And it's the cheer.
It's the cheer
squad.
Cheer.
And they are just motoring down the road, huffing and puffing, blowing their breath out. You can see their breath out there, and they get after it. I mean,
they work extremely hard.
They do, and shout out to them. They have an outstanding program, and like a lot of almost every activity we have, it's just been really top of the notch all the way across the board.
Yeah, well, you look at those boards down there in the end, you know, showing the state championships. I mean, there's several of them that say cheerleading. Won quite a few cheerleading championships around here going all the way back into the 90s. You know, I got even a couple of my cousins cheered for the, you know, one of them was on one of the first state championship teams, and then, you know, back in the early 90s, and then, you know, of course, my nieces cheered and my daughter cheered, and so been to a lot of cheer competitions over the years, and I can assure you those girls are extremely talented. Mm-hmm. They're great athletes, and they work very hard.
Well, and the craziest thing I think about Tuttle's history of athletics as we get winding this one down with about 10 seconds left, we forgot to mention we need to name a Smokin' Joe's player of the game.
Let's just give it to the seniors.
Yeah, we probably ought to.
This is last home regular season game, and extremely proud of our senior girls. So that's what I would say, that Maya Sisson, Ava Battles, Allie Reel and Sam Teague would be our Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch players of the game for this final regular season game.
I think that's a good decision. But we just talked about it, though. 80 state titles here at Tuttle, and they started in 1988. That was the first time a state championship was won.
Baseball. One started with baseball.
1988. Coach
Scott
Travis Owens.
Scott Moore was on that team.
Very cool. Very, very cool history here, and really a recent history if you look at it in the grand scheme of things. But boys warming up here. We're going to take a little bit of an extended timeout here, and we will be back with a pregame show here on Tiger TV.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa-certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Williams Foods, more than a grocery store. At Williams Foods, we pride ourselves on our meat, and we have the best, the freshest, the most tender meat money can buy. There is no better meat in the world. Williams Foods cuts it fresh every day, just the way you like it. Don't be fooled by big box stores that don't cut their meat on site. We do meat right and better than anyone. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it. Williams Foods, your fresh meat, fresh produce, and much more store since 1971.
Jeff here with Triton Foundation Repair. I'm here to remind you that we always have and always will offer free foundation evaluations to Oklahomans. At Triton, we know your home is a big investment and your money is hard earned. So when you call us for a free evaluation, our specialists will perform a thorough foundation evaluation and only give an estimate when foundation repair is necessary. So visit TritonOK.com to schedule your free foundation evaluation.
Are you looking for a reliable lawn and landscape contractor? Call Red Tail Lawn Service. We offer residential and commercial lawn care. Red Tail Lawn Service. Call today, 405-613-9718.
Navigating through Medicare.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment. At Tuttle Christian Church, we love God and love our community. Whether your children are attending in our safe, secure kids building or you're attending one of our worship services, we hope you will experience a moment with Jesus. We hope to see you there. Tuttle Christian Church.
Hello, this is Pastor Todd at Snow Hill Baptist Church. We want you to know that you're always welcome at Snow Hill. In fact, we welcome anyone and everyone. We want to extend an invitation that you show up just any Sunday you want to, because we like to say all are welcome here at Snow Hill.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian with Arrow Electric. One of the things that we specialize in is whole home backup generators. Oklahoma is notorious for having all types of bad weather that can leave your home without power for days, sometimes even weeks. With a whole home generator from Arrow Electric, you can have peace of mind that your home will have power during an outage.
But don't forget to mention that all veterans, active military, first responders, and teachers get $250 off whole home generator installed. And financing is also available. Call us at Arrow Electric for service to the point.
At Ortho Central, our goal is simple: to make your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after your grandkids, or simply enjoying a day without pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and now Newcastle, Ortho Central's team of surgeons, physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers are committed to helping you live your best life. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
6'1" senior, number 2, Major Sharp. 6'3" senior, number 5, Chad Everett. 5'10" senior, number 11, Gabe Avalon. 6'4" senior, number 15, Jake Pierce. 5'10" senior, number 20, Richie Overcash.
All right, welcome back to Tiger TV for the nightcap. Tuttle Tigers and the Clinton Red Tornadoes here tonight. Your starting lineup, senior heavy for the Tigers. Major Sharp getting the start tonight. That's brought to you by Marshall Auto Supply, Napa Auto Parts, as you saw earlier on your screen. Chad Everett, Richie Overcash, Jake Pierce, Major Sharp, and Gabe Avalar. Of course, we visited with Gabe Avalar and Richie Overcash during the girls' game at halftime and into the third quarter. I got chewed out by Coach Hargis, our trainer, for
keeping them too long.
They were trying to get taped, and I delayed the process, but it's all right. So all 5 seniors here tonight on the floor to start out. The Tigers get the tip to get us going. Tigers 12-10 on the year. Facing off against Clinton here for the first time, I believe, this year. The Clinton Red Tornadoes are 3-18 this year. Head coach Lucian Bliss. And Tigers trying to get in the win column on senior night here tonight, right before you go to district play. That should have been a travel, I think. There's no contact with the rim. And he was the first to touch it. There he is. Gabe Avalar on the open layup, and we can't put it on the highlights because he bricked the layup. We talked about it.
It's a great steal, though.
Yeah, we talked about it during the interview about his defensive anticipations, and Major Sharp right there getting on the floor, the hustle play. Richie Overcash on the floor, hustle play. He's getting held. And he got a foul called against number 3 there for Clinton. That is Malone. So that'll be his first foul. Richie on the floor there. Got the arm tangled up. He was kind of pointing to the referee like, hey, you won't let go of my left bicep here. So Tigers with the ball here. Richie been scoring at a high rate this year and has been needed to. Clinton running a little, looks like a little almost like a 2-1-2 zone type look. When they try to trap in the corner, they do. They force a turnover pass. Overcast trying to get it over to Everett and knocked away, but there's Avalar's second steal of the evening. Looks like he's going to let someone else lay this one in, and Chad Everett does just that at the rim. Avalar to Everett, and the Tigers a 2-point lead here. Has another steal, picks that one off. That's 3 straight steals for Gabe Avalar, and it's going to have a timeout coming for Clinton. We'll take a timeout here and be right back on Tiger TV.
How long's it been since you had pizza? I mean good pizza. Piping hot, cheesy pizza that'll make your mouth water. At the Pizza Shop, we make old school pizza at old school prices. The Pizza Shop, 410 East Main, Tuttle.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
We're back here after a timeout from the Red Tornadoes here for 4-0 early in the first quarter. All 5 seniors on the floor to start this one out on senior night. Richie Overcash, Gabe Avalar, Chad Everett, Jake Pierce, and Major Sharp. As Major Sharp has got a steal so far tonight, Gabe Avalar's got 3 steals tonight. Major dumps that one down to Pierce. He's going to try to get that one down the baseline. They're going to call it out of bounds on Pierce. He thought he
was pushed. I think he was thought he was pushed out of bounds, and I think he was not sure. I would disagree, but
I thought it might have been deflected as well. But either way, nice steal again. There's 4 steals early here in the first quarter. in less than 4 minutes. Gabe Avalar's got 4 picks. Richie Overcash from long range. That one's short, no good. Rebounded by the Red Tornadoes, number 20, Mr. Hill. I don't have their first names, but I'll at least say their last names. Drive and kick back out. Nice drive there, but better defense from Pierce. Everett pushing pace here, trying to find some space. He'll take the long 3 from downtown. He shot the ball well from downtown recently, needing to keep that up as we roll into the playoffs next Saturday.
Yeah, we need Chad to get that hot hand back.
And I think that's one thing that, I think there's a couple things that have maybe been kind of our Achilles heel throughout the season. One is maybe getting into some foul trouble with some guys. And then 2, the downtown long-range shots, the games that we've had, success in against some really good opponents. We've shot the ball well from downtown, and I think that's got to be something that's – I hope it's one of those things that you kind of get it going. Because if you get this team shooting the ball well, I mean, you can beat a lot of teams. You can make a run in the playoffs a little bit with a team that plays this hard. It's just –
oh, they absolutely can.
You got to go find some baskets.
Yep. Yeah, you got to get them to fall and get good looks, and then you got to kind of go on streaks.
Well, and you see all the turnovers. There's another one created by Richie Overcash. He gets that one up to Avalar, who's tripped, and there's no foul called on the contact.
Yeah, I think the feet just tangled.
Yep. We're going to get a little out of control here, but going to get a reach-in foul from Avalar on the side there. So Richie will pick up Gabe Avalar will pick up his first foul. But I think, this team, the effort they play with every night, and they're always playing really good defense. And like Gabe said, I think the key to it is limiting the offensive rebounds is something that they've got to really worry on. And you look at the size out there, it's not that they can't rebound, it's just that it takes all your energy to go when you're not as big as everybody else. You got to push bodies around and then go up and get those things, and everybody's got to do it because you don't have a guy that can go sky above everybody and grab rebounds. So, and probably the guy that goes in skies better than anybody for rebounds is your point guard, Avalar. So another foul here on the Tigers, blocking foul here on Major Sharp. So second team foul for the Tigers, but one of those things, you get some shots to fall in the playoffs. You get hot. That's why, Richie going to get a foul called.
Yeah.
Looked like almost a 50-50 ball that.
Yeah, it was just kind of thrown up for whoever, and they're going to go give it to the offensive player. Defense picks up the penalty.
So they're going to call that on the shot like it was an alley-oop, I guess.
I guess so.
First free throw good there for Clinton.
Yep, slow start for both teams tonight. 3:38 left in the first quarter, and it's 4-2.
Yep. Tigers have played really good defense and created a lot of turnovers. They're just not able to really finish around the rim like maybe they wanted to, and kind of getting tied up there. Richie Overcash getting fouled right there, but we've gotten the ball down low a few times and just gotten rid of it, basically turned it over, being a little careless. As Press Lippolt going to check in for Major Sharp.
It's like your little crew's come over here.
Ripping his buddies.
Rips about his crew.
That one swatted at the rim by the Clinton defender, but a little bit of arm to go with it, and Chad Everett will go to the line for 2. Working on getting a couple basketball girls up here for halftime. We've had Sam Teague up, I believe. We've had
Have we had an Ava up here?
I don't know if we've had Ava.
We had Maya up here one night, didn't we?
We had Maya
and Sam at the same time.
Yeah, Maya and Sam have been up. I think Allie came up.
Allie's been up here.
So I think we probably need to get Ava and Kinsley, maybe, sisters?
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, we'll see if we can't work through that. So. Tigers trapping out top. We got about 5 or 6 year old boys right here in my lap.
Yeah.
So everyone's got a sucker, a push pop from the possession stand supporting the program, you know. Rip's got his first T-ball practice Sunday.
Nice.
Not the first time we've played T-ball, but
right.
First time this year for practice. Tigers trying to find an open look. There it is. And Jake Pierce gets it underneath from Gabe Avalar. Tigers extend it 7-2 over the Red Tornadoes here on the road tonight on a Friday. Tried to go for the steal there. Come up empty-handed. Nice drive there with the left hand. No good. Avalar rebounds it and clears things out. And try to drive it in. Hands it to Everett. Lipbolt in the corner, turns down a shot. Ritchie turns down a shot, tries to drive. They're playing a little back and forth handoff. Nice pass, gets a clear look to Press Lipbolt in the corner, no good. Press early in the year shot it really well from downtown. He's kind of had a little bit of a cold spurt, but you just got to keep shooting, I think. I don't think you can.
Yeah, you have to shoot your way out of it.
Yeah. The only way out of that is just pulling the trigger. We saw Marissa Sandlin last week as Clinton hits a long three ball. Marissa Sandlin a little slow from the three-point line in the first half last week, and then comes back out and shoots a few more, makes all 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Another foul there. It'll be the 4th foul on Clinton. So if they pick up one more in the next minute and a half, they'll send the Tigers to the line for 2 shots. Avalar inbounds it to Everett, swings it all the way across court to Ritchie. Ball moving well on the perimeter. Ritchie dials it from long range, no good. That's going to be tipped by both Clinton players, picked up by Avalar. He goes up, no foul called. A lot of contact. Gabe can't foul here in frustration, but.
Yeah, definitely don't want to get any foul trouble started as the first quarter winds down.
That
for
one
sure.
stolen by Richie Overcash, just tiptoed along the line right there, kept it alive, turning it into transition here. Richie trying to get a bucket to go down as well. They get that one in over to the wing to Avalar. Wing 3, bangs home the 3 ball. That's a big shot for Gabe Avalar, who at times has shot it well from the perimeter, more of a slash and dish kind of guy, but can dial it up and get heated up as the long ranger again for Clinton. Makes it a 2-point game. Overcash gets it in the painted area. Avalar, another wide open look. The lefty, no good there. 7 seconds left here, 2-point lead. They're going to heave it a little bit early. That one out of bounds with 1.5 seconds left on the clock. So Tigers will get a chance to throw a long bomb near the goal.
Yeah, I think he had enough time to actually dribble down in,
5
maybe shoot off.
Whenever he let that one rip. Avalar, left-hander, off the backboard, no good. After 1, Tigers lead at 10-8. We'll be right back after this break on Tiger TV.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service, one family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
We're back here on Tiger TV. Look at the Tiger bench there. Cheerleaders on the floor. Have a cheer clinic coming up. If you look in the cafeteria, Bradley can scroll over there to the right. You can see through that window there are 7,383 little girls with pink bows about to bring the house down at halftime. The cheer clinic coming up, and it's they work hard at it. Those little girls go to practice and learn the routine, and they go out here and practice it. And there'll be a lot of grandmas and grandpas with their phones out, probably trying to figure out how to work it and get it on tape so they can put it on their Facebook and show their beautiful grandkids. So
that'll be fun.
Exciting night tonight for Tuttle cheer.
Lots of pink bows. Or are those red? They look pink.
They're pink from here and glittery. A lot of glitter. Tigers in a close one here. There's a 5-second count coming up here in just a second. There it is. Richie Overcash gets the 5, closely guarded. It'll be a turnover to the Tigers. So good defense, good pressure defense without putting any hands on anybody and fouling for 5 seconds. You got to get rid of it or you got to create space. They get it into Pierce. He's going to get it back to Richie on the wing and right in front of the Clinton bench. That one no good, a little bit short. They've been online for Richie, just unable to get him to go down. So low scoring affair, almost you want to call it a defensive struggle like a football game. Not been a lot of touchdowns tonight.
Nope. Few interceptions though.
Yeah, we had a few interceptions. That one swatted away. Almost tipped back in right there by Clinton, but Overcash rebounds it, turns it around the other way. I'd like to see a bucket closer to the basket just to kind of get yourself going. Maybe get some dribble penetration or press lip pull. Go ahead and knock one down, banging home a 3-ball. Finally taking the lid off the bucket. That's got to feel good for Press as he's been needing one of those to go. Maybe that gets you rolling a little bit if you're 10 right there. A couple subs coming in. Ty Hendon, Major Sharp. Ty's got the new hair. Looks like he got, thank God, because I thought he was Gabe Avalar.
Yeah, won't be mistaking him for Gabe anymore.
Yeah, they got that long neck hair, and he went back to brown instead of the bleach blonde football hair. So
that
one, another reach from Gabe. So those are the fouls that I'll just say you got to quit doing those. He's so good about picking passes off, and he gets himself in trouble trying to take the ball from this ball handler. And I think his patience, just waiting around on the right time to make those picks. That one's going to get called on Press Lippold on the ground, they call it. But it's one of those keys is you got to, like I mentioned in the interview, they're going to have to rebound and they're going to have to stay clear of foul trouble. A little more depth this year than we had last year as far as off the bench participants. I know tonight Jackson Nix unable to be here. Strep throat and unable to play tonight. He should be just fine next week, get back at it. But Clinton there to make it a one-possession game. Jackson Nix has contributed well so far and gotten better as the year's gone on and fell into a little bit of a starter role here recently and having to miss tonight. I'm sure he's watching tonight, so get some soup, Jackson, and hopefully you'll feel better.
Yep, drink some chicken broth.
My mom used to make me gargle apple cider vinegar.
Yep, that too.
It fixes everything, I think. It was the worst thing I've ever had in my life. As Chad Everett would have put back, but she claimed it fixed everything. So I had to drink it or gargle it or whatever I had to do with it. It was awful. That one, that's good defense, and it's poked right away, but Clinton, thank goodness, unable to finish the wide open look. Chad Everett, nice dribble drive, up and in, and one.
Yep.
A BKM electric and one, and the highlight reel shot for Chad Everett as he's fading out of bounds. Knocked to the floor and somehow finds a way to get it to fall. Trying to make it a 3-point play here the old school way, and he does not. That one knocked away. Nope, it's staying here. Ty Hennon with the pressure on that rebound, and Clinton was the last to touch it, so almost a blessing in disguise. You get an extra possession out of this from the effort there. Hendon over the back, kind of knocking that ball down off of a Clinton player. Richie getting a little breather here. Ball deflected out of bounds. I believe you can, I'm going to turn it on just so I can kind of update you here, but the Tiger wrestling team in the finals right now, they're probably actually finishing up right now, and they may already be dual state champions yet again, but there's Major Sharp, the shooter from the paint.
Yep, nice
That's
shot.
his range right there, that 3 to 4 foot radius with a jump shot. He practices that in the driveway with Grandpa Bill. Avalar almost gets a hand on that one out of bounds. It airballed and rebounded underneath. That one taken to the rack and in. But Tigers knocked off Poto earlier today in a big way, and then Sulphur as well. I know we were watching the matches in the baseball coach's office as practice was about to get going, and I know Probst got a big pin. I think he was not the favorite, and he ended up pinning the number 3 ranked guy, I think, in the state. So big time win for his confidence rolling into next weekend. And the wrestling team state championships. This is the dual state championship tonight, and Tuttle the heavy favorite. They wrestled, like I mentioned, Poto and then Sulphur. They knocked both of those teams off. And I'll try to get you those results here shortly. They could be finished by now. So we're up 39-14. Ethan Teague about to wrestle the last match of the duel, which is, if I'm a guessing man, a gambling man, I would say Ethan Teague probably the favorite of that one, and so it looks like Tuttle going to cruise to another dual state championship.
Nice.
Thank you, Lance Cobb, for the information. Mr. Tuttle Tiger there himself, Lance Cobb, coacher of all things, bus driver extraordinaire, science teacher, but more importantly, cook.
Yeah, he can cook.
The Cobbs will feed you, and they will feed you well. And
pretty sure Lance smokes about the best ribs around here.
It's I've learned a lot smoking ribs for the softball fundraiser with Lance. I've never seen so many ribs in my life. Lance is fun to be around, and he and Rebecca. Rebecca is a dessert extraordinaire, connoisseur, if you want to call it. And then Lance is he's got the meats, I'll say that.
He can definitely smoke some meat.
So
I bet he's smoked 10,000 hams over the years.
Oh, I bet. We got a timeout.
And that's probably not enough.
No.
Yeah, it's more than 10,000.
Timeout here for Tuttle. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back on Tiger TV.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
We're back here on Tiger TV. We're just talking about the Cobbs and their catering. Not just catering, he'll just make food at the middle school sometimes. And hey, there's food in my room, and it's always the best day of the week. So they're doing we have our first pitch banquet that we started up last year again, and they feed the baseball high school program and parents and players, and I'm excited for next Sunday, not for so much the banquet, but for the food.
Absolutely.
So,
that'd be good.
That one knocked away, and Chad Everett going to get upended. Everybody hops up pretty quick there. And it'll be the fourth team foul on Clinton here in the second quarter. 21-12 the score, 2:41 on the clock. A couple subs coming in for the Red Tornadoes. Starters minus Pierce, add Lippold out there for the Tigers. Avalar. And Clinton doing a pretty good job not letting Tuttle cut to the rim and really stopping the penetration with a double team every time they get in. That one good for Everett, banging home a 3-ball from downtown. Makes it a lead of a dozen. Is Everett going to get this one here on the fast break? Oh, may have had a chance to dunk it home if he had caught it cleanly. That one knocked away though, and so an empty turnover chance there for the Tigers. That one's stolen away by Avalar yet again. Richie Overcash, open layup off the glass and in for number 20, the senior, Richie Overcash. And Richie's had some ball games where he's been from the get-go really hot, or he's also had some games where the first half may not have been very good, and then he comes out and pours in 25 points in the second half. So you get a little bit of everything from Richie. Is he can really get it going quick.
Yeah, he's complete player, really. I mean, ball handler. He's great at the assist. He, good at, at finding the right guy, and obviously driving to the basket.
Yeah, he felt like he got pushed out of bounds right there instead of stepping on the line. He said, I was kind of helped out there, but.
Yep.
Turnover again for the Tigers. Maddox Wilson's checked into the ball game here. He's in for Everett. Luke Owens down in the below block as well, so. Tigers giving up an offensive board, and that one looked like it was going to turn into 3 for the Clinton Red Tornadoes, but that one's short. It was on line, looked good from here. Owens kicks it to Richie on the drive, the lay-in up over everybody and good. He hits the deck, hops back up, and trots it back down the floor. Took a nice little spill there. A little slow down the floor, but hustles back well. Sharp. Misses everything. Richie Overcash underneath right there. Slides in, takes the charge. The hero play, the Nick Collison special right there. As the Clinton offensive player goes up around the rim, and Richie's there with his feet set before he left the ground.
Yep, absolutely. He got there quick.
And that's the key to those charges. If he leaves the floor, you can't step in there and get in the way then.
Right.
That one handed off. But Clinton's done a really good job stopping those drives and making them dish it back out. Tuttle has shot it fairly decently from long range tonight. 14 seconds here. Richie looking for the last shot perhaps. They're winding it down either way. 8 seconds here. Richie thinking about dialing it up. Doesn't. It's knocked out of bounds. Tigers will unbound it underneath. So they'll have 3 seconds to draw up a play here and try to get an open look. Avalar inbounding underneath. He's going to get it to Richie. He's going to shoot it from the logo. No good. A good look for Richie. Tough shot, but 28-14 lead heading into halftime here. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the second half of Tiger TV.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Williams Foods, more than a grocery store. At Williams Foods, we pride ourselves on our meat, and we have the best, the freshest, the most tender meat money can buy. There is no better meat in the world. Williams Foods cuts it fresh every day, just the way you like it. Don't be fooled by big box stores that don't cut their meat on site. We do meat right and better than anyone. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it. Williams Foods, your fresh meat, fresh produce, and much more store since 1971.
Jeff here with Triton Foundation Repair. I'm here to remind you that we always have and always will offer free foundation evaluations to Oklahomans. At Triton, we know your home is a big investment and your money is hard earned. So when you call us for a free evaluation, our specialists will perform a thorough foundation evaluation and only give an estimate when foundation repair is necessary. So visit TritonOK.com to schedule your free foundation evaluation.
Are you looking for a reliable lawn and landscape contractor? Call Red Tail Lawn Service. We offer residential and commercial lawn care. Red Tail Lawn Service. Call today, 405-613-9718.
Navigating through Medicare.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment. At Tuttle Christian Church, we love God and love our community. Whether your children are attending in our safe, secure kids building or you're attending one of our worship services, we hope you will experience a moment with Jesus. We hope to see you there. Tuttle Christian Church.
Hello, this is Pastor Todd at Snow Hill Baptist Church. We want you to know that you're always welcome at Snow Hill. In fact, we welcome anyone and everyone. We want to extend an invitation that you show up just any Sunday you want to, because we like to say all are welcome here at Snow Hill.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian with Arrow Electric. One of the things that we specialize in is whole home backup generators. Oklahoma is notorious for having all types of bad weather that can leave your home without power for days, sometimes even weeks. With a whole home generator from Arrow Electric, you can have peace of mind that your home will have power during an outage.
But don't forget to mention that all veterans, active military, first responders, and teachers get $250 off whole home generator installed. And financing is also available. Call us at Arrow Electric for service to the point.
At Ortho Central, our goal is simple: to make your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after your grandkids, or simply enjoying a day without pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and now Newcastle, Ortho Central's team of surgeons, physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers are committed to helping you live your best life. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
All right, we're back here at halftime of the boys game. 28-14, just a minute or so left here at halftime. But joining me here on the halftime show, we normally have players come up, and I think we've got them all. Maybe we'll get Ava, the Battle Sisters, headed out quick. They haven't had a date or something. But Coach Jamie Combs here this evening, and we talked a lot about the sustainability with your girls and the consistency that we get through you and your tenure here, as well as Coach Brian Lester before. And we just talked about how, it's just a program that's been a stable program that's really, you look at them as the girls are just awesome in the community. They all get along. It's like every year the culture is great, and I think that speaks a lot to the coaching staff, and it speaks a lot to the girls that are on the team, and it's just something to hang your hat on. But Coach Combs is here to visit with us a little bit, and we can take this a little bit into the third quarter as we did with the boys earlier. But Coach Combs, playoffs, that's the regular season. It's we're all checked in, and all those things are done, and you got your youngsters some playing time tonight, and got the seniors all out on the floor to start out with little sister as the sidekick, and and they all had a good game. And so talk a little bit about, how do you go from playing that type of game to a higher level type of atmosphere next Saturday night?
Well, I think, you talking about the culture that we built in practice, we still had a really intense practice yesterday to prepare, and our girls are really competitive, and they know what it takes to get there. Our seniors have really instilled that culture of hard work, focus, all of that. So tonight was, a fun night, and we got to celebrate our seniors and their legacy that they're leaving. But I think the biggest thing that they're going to leave us with is, again, just that culture of hard work, competitiveness, and wanting to continue to achieve. I think there's quite a few people maybe that thought, if we graduate a couple years ago, you graduate Hadley, you graduate Maddie, and then last year we graduate Landry, this team maybe won't have the same goals or be able to achieve, and I think that's driving our girls. And our goal at the beginning of the season is we're going to qualify for the state tournament, and we want to be able to go compete with anybody in the state and sustain that success like you talked about. So they know what it takes to get there. We have that experience, and everybody's 0-0 at this point, and it's our third season, we like to call it, so we're pretty excited about it.
You talk about the third season, you've got the preseason, you've got the regular season, or I guess maybe you call them regular season, tournament season. I don't know how you break them down, but you're right, everybody's 0-0 here as you get going. And, I think you look at it on paper 2 years ago, you're probably the favorite. Mm-hmm. If you're not the favorite, you're close to it. Right. Last year, you're a favorite. You're in that upper echelon of, hey, we expect them to be there. Right. And like you said, it's kind of fun. Sometimes maybe it's not as fun when you think about it before the season starts, but as the season rolls through, being the underdog sometimes plays a role that is really, you can't really talk about how important that is to have chip on the shoulder. And
right.
And when you don't have Landry Allen, you're not going to be probably as efficient just because she was very efficient. But you got to find different ways to go win, and you got to find different ways to compete. And I think the girls have done a really good job. Talk about the presence of Ava on the floor and just kind of. I know Ava very well, and yes. I talk great about their family is awesome. Those two girls are precious, and they're awesome people. They're better people than basketball players, obviously. We talk about that, but talk about what that was like. I mean, because I'll tell you this, and this is not a knock on Ava. She is not a superstar basketball player.
She's not going to fill up the stats every single night, but I will tell you that with her, we are 9-1, now 10-1 on the season, and without her, we were 7-5.
Yeah.
So it's a difference maker, and it's all the intangible things. It's leadership. It's taking care of the basketball. I was so proud of her in that Anadarko game, especially because it was rough, it was tough, and she has to handle the ball pretty much more than anybody.
Sure.
And the way they play, that's just a tough assignment, and she takes on that tough assignment. The other big stat, I was recently paying attention to it because she actually was a nominee for a scholarship from the Oklahoma Coaches Association. Yep. So I recently looked this up. But with her, we are only giving up 32 points a game, and without her, we're giving up 41 points a game. So that's a 9-point differential on defense.
Well, that's a big deal in a basketball game if you're not familiar. Like a 9-point swing, that's a big deal. And I think from what I see from her is just – I think she, like I said, and I wasn't knocking her. She's not a superstar, but she just brings a presence. And sometimes she's hauling around a freaking leg brace on that covers her entire thigh all the way down to her shin.
Well, just the fact that she's able to rehab and wanting to rehab. She's just such a competitor. She did not want to give up on this season. There's a lot of kids that might have said, well, it's done, it's over for me. But she wasn't going to do that for her teammates, or for herself. So she's just someone that is the definition of perseverance. I feel like she's dealt with a lot of injury type things and come back and really makes a difference in everything that we do. So definitely so happy to have her back, and but she's playing well. So.
Well, and you talk a little bit about your other seniors that we had out on the floor tonight. I've seen, and something we've talked about with all the guests of the girls that have come up for halftime, we've talked about, your role is different. Your role is different. Your role is massively different. Maya Sisson, I mean, she stepped in and done a really good job, I feel like.
She did a great job this season, has continued to, be a presence on the floor and help. I mean, when Ava went down, she went from being a sixth man to a starter and embraced that role and did everything that she could do to help us keep winning basketball games. She's improved tremendously, in my opinion, from start to finish of last year and then from start to finish again of this year. And so she's a key component. And then when Ava came back and she rotated to sixth man, she stayed humble, she stayed hardworking, she stayed willing and ready to do what the team needed of her and continues to do that. There's a reason the NBA has a Sixth Man of the Year award.
Yeah, it's important.
That role is super important.
Well, and Clinton really needed a sixth man tonight.
I know.
Or woman, I mean.
Yeah.
As they had 6 players total, and one went down with an injury. So,
yes.
But
I hope she's okay.
I did too. I saw that she rolled the ankle up, but I'm sure that she'll be okay. But just because there's only a few of them, Sam Teague has really developed into more of a leader type role. I feel like last year maybe Sam was there to do whatever she needed to do, and now some nights she's gonna have to be the person that bangs around on the block, or some nights she's gonna. I mean, Landry Allen.
Our team in rebounds
Landry had the entire paint covered defensively. You could play 4 people up top if you wanted to, and everybody just turned around.
Right.
And now Sam's having to do some of that dirty work that she's really not necessarily been accustomed to doing.
Right.
I remember
she has a good instinct for the ball, and like I said, she's leading the team in rebounds, and we've worked really hard on blocking out and stuff in practice, and she takes that to heart, and she knows that's one of her roles. And in addition to being a three-point shooter, I mean, she's got a really good three-point shot, and we definitely try to get her those looks as much as we can. But definitely the rebounding is a huge factor for us with her.
No doubt. Sam can get hot too. I'm telling you, she can really. If she hits that first 3 of the game, she might go for 15, 20 points that night. And then if she doesn't, I thought it was really good the other night. She was struggling a little bit from the floor, and she did not pout about it. She set screens, she rebounded, she assisted, and she played good defense. And I think that's the whole thing I'm talking about with the culture, is the fact that as we got a little scrum here.
Oh.
We got double technical fouls here. But Chad Everett and a Tuttle or a Clinton player getting tied up underneath. I don't know why the referees didn't stand in between them. They kind of let that go too much. But anyway, it's just male sports sometimes. A lot of
you don't
rage.
see that happen that often in a girls' game.
I will say, I told Landry, Landry, a little bit different, huh? Up in college, you might bump around a little bit more and get a little sassier, huh? And so, but no, we talk about Sam. She can get hot, and she and she did a really good job. I was talking about your culture and how we can't afford to have people pout and have bad body language because they're not scoring.
We talk about that all the time. There's so many more keys and pieces to the game of basketball than scoring, and some nights you're going to be on and some nights you're not. So what is it that you're doing to help your team win? And I think that's one of the things I love about these girls is they love each other, they support each other, and when it's not their night, they're going to do other things to help the team, and they're going to cheer on their sisters and just have fun. And I think you've seen that the last 2 games really with our group. So.
No, and the fun part, we watched some replays from a couple games back. You got Marissa hitting a 3 in front of the bench, and then everyone is going bananas on the bench, dancing and doing this weird dance for Marissa. Kenzie's over there.
We actually went back for, we normally watch film, and we kind of knew we didn't need to watch very much film on Clinton to prepare this time. So instead, our film session yesterday was going back and watching our 3 points from Tuesday and
the bench
cheering on our bench,
celebrations.
because that's another thing too that Coach Ballard and I really try to emphasize, and I think the girls are taking to heart, that those girls that are cheering and yelling, they work in practice every day. And so they don't get the minutes on the floor that the others do, but they're a huge part of what we do, and we want to celebrate them just as much. And, they're learning, they're young, a lot of them, they're learning from those seniors, and we have a lot of fun together, and I just love it. They're great kids, great girls all the way down. So.
And then lastly, Allie Reel. I know Allie's come a long way in your program since you've taken over. In her last 2 years of high school, she's stepped up, I think, from what I've seen from the outside looking in. It looks like she's been a little more responsible for everything going on and knowing when to take over and when to not. And
definitely.
Like we talked about, whenever you're missing Landry Allen, you're missing a superstar. And sometimes you could rely on the superstar to do superstar things, and now Allie's having to try to mend that gap, and I think she's done a really good job of really the attitude has been good on the floor.
Her attitude's been great. We worked a lot. Our book study in the fall this year was on leadership, and I think she really took to heart how to be a great leader for her team. And like you said, we've talked a lot, and she's figured out, okay, depending how a team's guarding me, it's going to be my night, and I can go off for 30 points if I need to. Or if they're trying to take me away, I'm going to facilitate my teammates and get them involved. And so she has a high basketball IQ, very smart player, and the girl just loves the game so much. I've rarely seen a kid that passionate about something that she does these days, and I just love that about her. So.
Well, she's always – that's one thing you don't know about Allie. Most people don't know. If you go to a middle school basketball game, she's keeping the clock, and she's not just keeping the clock. She's watching the game. She's talking to the younger girls about things.
She came to almost every practice of junior high in the fall semester with me, helped especially the 7th grade, but both grades. And even this semester, I had to rotate into a class first period, so I'm not in there anymore, but she goes and she helps, and I know she's had a big influence on those younger ones, and they really enjoy her, and she wants to coach, I think. She was asking me about that and what path, she should take, so she will be a great one if that's what she decides to
Well, I'll tell you, you may not know this, but Richie Overcash, we visited with him and Gabe Avalar at halftime of your game and most of the third quarter, similar to right now. And I'll tell you, we talked Richie, we were talking about who's kind of helped you become the player you are, because it isn't a deal that you do on your own. And he mentioned, he said, I talk to Garrett Redwine every week, and he said, I talk to Allie Reel a lot. He said, I ask Allie questions, and I think that's so cool that he's going and asking arguably the best player on the girls' team, hey, what are you seeing that I can do better, or what are you seeing? There's just two students of the game, and you kind of see it reflected on the court. That's pretty cool to me.
Yep, got a couple of coaches' kids, too, that want to analyze and get better on the mental side just as much as the physical. So
no doubt about it. So playoffs coming up. We've got the Ada Cougars again.
Yes.
And we talked to your girls last week, and they said, it's tough to beat a team twice, and especially in the playoffs. So you'll get geared up for that, and that's next Saturday night. But what is the overall outlook as far as, I'm not asking for a prediction or anything. I want to know, what do you have to do to get to the state tournament? What do you have to make sure you do outside of, obviously, scoring more points than the other team?
Well, it's funny you say that, because we do have to make sure that we're finishing. I think our defense is good enough that we're going to be able to compete with anybody in the state and give ourselves a chance to win. And at the end of the day, if we're finishing shots and taking care of the basketball on the offensive side, I think that's going to give us our best opportunity to win. I know the next few opponents are definitely going to be a lot of zone defensive teams, so we're going to be preparing for that. And just hopefully we've shot it well. We've been at home these last couple games, and so it's a lot of fun when the ball goes through the basket, so hopefully we continue to see that. But we'll always have the identity of being a tough defensive team and a team that just plays hard all the time. When coaches talk to me about my team, they're like, man, your girls just play so hard. And I'm like, yes, they do, because they want to win. They love it, and they know, yes, it's a sacrifice to work that much, but they want it. And so I think that's the other thing, is we just got to keep wanting it, take it one game at a time, and hopefully we come out at the fairgrounds in a few weeks.
For the last time.
Yeah.
At the fairgrounds. So, but that's one thing you mentioned, as a coach I talk about. And I think that's the thing I talked about the boys. They play their tails off every night. And I think that's a lot what you talk about culture, but I always have said, and maybe I heard it somewhere, but I've always said, it's so hard to not play hard when you care so much about the people on the floor with you. And I think it goes back to that. I mean, maybe
They
the
don't
reason
wanna disappoint
they
each
don't want to
other.
disappoint. They
Yeah.
don't want to let each other down. They don't want
Right.
to have those feelings of what if I had done this better. And so it's just a cool group. Your team, Coach Ballard, I know they love Coach Ballard.
Yes.
She's got to be the person that's the, hey, it's okay. Coach Combs is just crazy. That's
She's pretty much the good cop, although
Yeah.
she has her moments, but
No,
usually
there's
it's
no
with
doubt.
officials.
I mean, her last name is Ballard, and her last name's Ballard.
Yeah,
So
but-
I know her husband is, So, but at the same time, we all have to have coaches like that. I know they love her, and
well, she's the one that provides the charge ice cream. If we take charges,
gotcha.
every charge, the girls get a little pint of ice cream.
Richie should have got ice cream from
he
early.
took a nice
he
one earlier.
Hardwood, yeah.
Right
So,
after he got
yeah.
down there, it was a good play back to back. So
Well, any special shout-outs? Chris, are they playing tonight? Husband on the road or at
husband
home?
is actually scouting for his own playoffs. They start tomorrow.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
he's at home at their home gym scouting the teams they're going to play
Gotcha.
tomorrow. So
Gotcha.
But yeah, shout out to him and my family that watches. Usually my aunt's watching. So
Awesome.
And just thanks to everyone who came out tonight. Thank you to you and Kevin for all you guys do with Tiger TV. We appreciate that. I know families from afar get a chance to watch and see our kids, and that's what's most important. So thank you guys for all you do.
Well, we appreciate the effort you're giving our girls and the effort your girls give every night, and we're going to see if we can propel these boys to a win here on senior night as well. So good job this year so far. Best of luck to you as
so
the weekend rolls in next week with playoff basketball.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good night.
All right, that's third quarter has ended. It's 34-25, Clinton trailing, but they're trying to make a little push here. Fourth quarter coming up. We'll take a timeout and be right back on Tiger TV.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
Back here on Tiger TV, fourth quarter getting ready to start it up. 9-point lead for the Tigers. It's been physical. It's been back and forth. It's been a lot of reaching and a lot of fouling and a lot of stealing and a lot of bricks and a lot of rebounds.
Yeah.
But, Tuttle needed to clean it up a little bit here to close this one out in senior night.
Yep, Clinton's pulled to within 9 here. And, we had them doubled up,
Yep.
A while ago it was 32-16, and so you can tell 35-24. That's a little bit of a run for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, and this is usually the time of game that you might see number 20 try to maybe do a little bit of taking over. That one, an errant pass. That's not back court, though. Their foot was on this side of the line.
Yeah, his foot was on our side, so she blew the whistle too late.
She says, I thought I was across, so that's what I called.
Right.
And it's a judgment call, so you're not going to win that one.
Yeah, you're not going to. Yeah, that's for sure.
I dropped the cup holder. All the way down the stairs.
And it'll just keep
hey,
rolling.
I got friends in low places. Thank you, sir. Yeah, knocked my plastic cup
Well,
holder
the problem
off here.
is we
They're
have
not
to
in
pull.
the-
We have to have the hole to put things
The wire
cords
through,
through.
yeah.
So we have to pull the cup holder out.
Yeah.
Maybe just need to get a drill up here and drill some more holes in this.
Up here in the bird's nest. We're going to try to get that one down low. It's knocked out by Press Lipholt, knocked off of Richie Avalar, Richie Overcash. Richie and Avalar were right there together.
Yep.
They gave that one back to Tuttle. Maybe she felt a little guilty for the backcourt call there because it could have been Clinton's ball easily right there too. But Tuttle, and those are those things you gotta clean up the turnovers. And they're not turnovers that are forced. Sometimes it's just you thought he was going to cut somewhere and he didn't cut there, and you throw it over, and then it's a backcourt violation. It's usually the case, and it's where you kind of need to stretch this lead and get some. I think more importantly, you try to create positive momentum into next weekend's playoff game.
Exactly.
I think you got to get this thing finished the right way so that you feel good about where you're starting next week. So, because Ada will watch the film, I promise you.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, Clinton, a football powerhouse, 4A football powerhouse, state champs a couple years ago.
And they were a 3A football powerhouse before that, and I'm sure they were a powerhouse in 2A and Class A. Clinton has been a long-time football powerhouse out there.
Yep, they've highly successful program on the gridiron, and every now and then they'll have a state tournament baseball team every once in a while, and pretty good basketball team every once in a while. Right now they're struggling a little bit program-wise on both the boys and girls ends of basketball, but they're fighting hard here tonight.
Yep, and I'm sure they'll work that out. They'll turn that around. There's always a bunch of good athletes out there in Western Oklahoma, and I can assure you they're working on that, and they'll get back.
Yep, Clinton.
But you're looking at,
community.
I mean, it's 34-25. Clinton went on a 9-2 run to get it to 25-34.
Yeah.
So
they fought back here, but still a very low-scoring affair. As there's one at the rim for Avalar, and we needed that one to go to maybe spur a little offense here. 11-point lead here with just under 6 minutes. Tigers picking back up the defensive pressure at half court. He's going to almost travel right there.
Yep, got rid of it just in time.
Right before the feet hit back on the ground, he got rid of that one. Dribble drive, tries to get it to the other side. Pierce intercepts it, gets it up to Ty Hendon. He goes up with the layup, it's blocked. There's Press Lippolt there to finish the garbage. Taking out the trash and putting it in the dumpster. Press Lippolt. And usually this is where Tuttle kind of makes up some ground. You might see some more created turnovers that turn into points. They can kind of get rolling as that one falls in off the side wall there. We'll have a full timeout for Clinton. We'll be back after this commercial break.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Hey guys, we're here at Smokin' Joe's. This has got the best meat in the 405. If you haven't ate here yet, you got to.
Come experience the warmth and hospitality of our neighborhood barbecue joint for yourself. From our mouth-watering meats to our homemade sides, every dish is crafted to perfection. We can't wait to serve you at Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch.
Come join us at Smokin' Joe's.
What time is that one? Oh, we're back.
We're back here. We're talking about the schedule coming up here in the playoffs and kind of how that translates. I'm looking over our baseball schedule to see my availability to broadcast. We've got a home scrimmage that night, the 22nd, here at home.
Yeah, and we'll be in Ada that night for the first round of the regionals.
So that'll have to be
probably myself and Noble Sandlin
will probably fill that.
We'll fill that in that night and
we'll
go from there. But our plan is to follow the basketball team as far as we can with the broadcasts, and even if I have to go by myself and just point the camera so people can watch, well, that's what we'll do.
You can just turn on the microphone and hear everybody yelling.
Yep.
Richie in the corner, wide open, 3-ball, bang. Richie over Cash, splashes it down and opens up the lead yet again. A good find right there in the corner, and two guys closing out on him, but the space was created by the dribble drive. That one, corner three from Clinton, no good. Richie over Cash rebounds it. Pushing pace, Major Sharp running ahead to the corner. Richie, nice little feed to Ty Hendon. And those are the things that Richie can do to really spur some offense. We have a timeout to tell Ty Hendon something. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I think after he made his layup, he threw the ball.
Oh,
maybe.
pushed it away.
Yeah.
Yep, you can't do that.
Everett checking back in for Hendon. Maybe like a delay a game warning or something. I don't know. In the NBA, you can't even breathe on the ball after you score. You get one. But usually in high school, they let you throw it to the referee. I'm not sure what happened. I think Coach Job's saying we're reaching here a little bit.
Yep.
I think they're going to call a technical foul for delay a game.
Yeah, I mean, if you knock it away, but, you see guys and girls all the time, they knock it to the other team to start up again. They just kind of tip it over, and it's nothing too egregious, and that didn't look egregious to me either. But
I don't think that's a play that you're going to talk a lot of crap on. It was a layup.
Right.
It's not like you dunked it on somebody.
Right.
And ball don't lie.
That's right.
As the free throws missed. But I'm not sure. I'm guessing that was the call, the delay a game on Ty Hendon. Could be a point of emphasis. Who knows? So I'm not in the rules meetings. I only try to do one of those a year. Sitting on a Zoom call with 30, 40, 50 umpires in there with you is a little overwhelming sometimes.
I imagine.
That one knocked away by Richie. Unable to gather. He's going to fire that one up, I can assure you that. That one no good. It's tipped up in the air, rebounded by Pierce. Everett gets it out to Overcash. He goes up high with a right-hand lay-in. 45-28 now. Tigers really pushing the lead out. It was at 9 at the first part of the fourth quarter as it started, and Tiger defense has really put pressure on Clinton. Clinton's turned it over just like you saw there. A lot of them have been forced turnovers by the defensive pressure, and basketball is a game of runs and momentum, and some teams they're gonna that teams are gonna make some runs, especially if they're a decent little team or if they compete hard, they're gonna get a little sequence of run in them, and
catch a little momentum.
You got to kind of weather the storm, you know what I mean, and bounce back. And Tuttle's done a good job of that tonight, just bouncing back and now trying to kind of move it around, kill a little bit of clock here. I see Kansas High School is going to go employ that one from South Texas.
Yeah.
No good. But Kansas High School basketball going to employ a shot clock next year.
Yep, I've heard that this is being tested in a few places.
And it's just a regular season, which is kind of rare.
Yeah, won't play in the playoffs.
But
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea because it's 2024 now.
Right.
And if you say that they can't afford it, yes, they can. Yeah, they can. They don't want to import it.
Yeah, I just think it makes it's just like this 5 foul, rule that's coming to effect this year. I think it just makes the game move along a little bit quicker, and it forces you to actually play. I mean, there was a game, a year or two ago, where somebody held
it was Weatherford and Anadarko.
And Anadarko, yeah. Somebody held the ball for
it was on the national news, and
it
was neat. Real cool to see that. I mean, a 4-2 game or 6-2, whatever the final was. To me, yes, I understand you're trying to win at all costs sometimes for some people.
Yep.
I would be more interested in developing my players and getting them ready for the playoffs.
Right.
Especially, Weatherford was number 2 or 3 in the state at the time. But I think I'm not a basketball coach, and I'm not going to pretend to be one, but I think you're doing your kids a disservice when you don't have them. You only get so many nights to go out and compete. I'll just say that. And that's the thing that maybe frustrated me the most with that type of play is your kids only have a certain amount of time on this earth, a certain amount of time to play high school sports. The majority of people do not go play college sports. Some of them do, and they make it very minimal.
Yeah, they don't play
It's not
much.
the experience they maybe have dreamed of, and these are the things you fall back on. And maybe it's something, hey, remember that night we stood around on the court? That was funny. I mean, maybe, they'll be known for that forever. They'll remember that forever. But I think you make more memories out there competing with your friends.
Well, and that's the exception.
Yeah.
But I've watched a lot of basketball over the years, and here we are, 1:30. But you've seen a lot of teams at 3 and 4 minutes go into slow down mode and really slow the game down, and it forces the other team to start fouling. And then back in the day of the 1-on-1 and the double bonus, it just really drug a game out needlessly.
Yep, and I think.
And a lot of times you didn't win.
It's not just a one-way. That's a nice little pass there.
Yep.
Maddox Wilson to press Little, a couple sophomores on the move there as a 21-point lead with just over a minute. But it's both sides. It's not just the team that held the ball.
Right.
The other team stood there and watched them and did nothing about it because they thought, well, the only way we can stay with this team is if we don't touch them and don't go after the ball or standing there. Maybe we can make an extra shot than they do. But especially when there was nothing on the line. It was a regular season game.
Right.
There was no, if we lose this, our season, it was just a game that, you had a chance to play against a really good opponent and tune yourself up, and you decline to play defense or decline to move the basketball. You're never going to convince me that that's a good, that that's good.
Well, you basically didn't play a game that night.
You just stood around, and I don't agree with it, but I'm not in charge of those programs, and I don't need to answer the questions for it. So I can comment like a Facebook commenter. I can say whatever I want.
Right.
So it's my turn to complain about.
Well,
coaching.
just imagine the pitcher getting on the mound and not throwing the ball.
Yeah, just standing there.
Just standing there. Right.
Yeah, I even brought that up in those discussions. I was like, well, what if we just picked off the entire game and in a tournament game that has a 2-hour time limit on it? What if we just stepped off the rubber and picked off after we scored one run? Walk a guy and then pick him off. Technically the umpires in baseball, thank goodness, can get involved and say, hey, this is a balk or penalize the team. But Tuttle running away with this one, 51-35 the final. A good fourth quarter push there offensively and defensively. Takes some positive momentum into the playoffs next Saturday night. We will be here. Shout out to the wrestling program, dual state champions yet again.
Absolutely.
Ethan Teague finished it off with a major decision. I want to say it was 45-12 or 45-14, the final over Cushing. Congrats to Coach Williams, Coach Finn, Coach Riley Williams, Coach Serber, Coach everybody.
Everybody that's involved.
All the coaches that pour so much time and energy into that program. It is not a deal that just happens overnight. It's not like, oh, they're going to be really good. They work at it and they spend time at it, and they're perfectionist about it. And hats off to that program. I don't do the wrestling broadcast, but I can't speak enough about the way they work and the way they push each other and the way they compete at the end of the year every year and they find a way to get it done. So a lot of talented wrestlers on that team, but a lot of really good kids as well mixed in there. So congrats to Coach Williams on another dual state title, and they'll head into the state tournament next week. I believe they're starting that a day earlier this year, so it's not all crammed into one space because the girls are now
the girls, right.
Yep, so I think they start Wednesday maybe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but next weekend, Saturday, February 17th here at Tuttle, the boys will take on Ada at the late game. The girls will start that off at 6 o'clock against Ada, and then the boys at 7:30 or so after that. The winner, no matter what, the following Thursday, they will head over to Ada High School. They'll either be in the winner's bracket or the loser's bracket of that. And then the following day, they'll head over to Blanchard if they win those ball games. So playoffs are here, and we're excited to bring them to you. I'll be on the broadcast, I believe, Saturday night. I'll be here to call that one, and then I might have to take a week off or that next day off, but hopefully be back after that one. So
you might be there probably for the Blanchard on Friday night.
Yeah. I'll have to come over after the baseball scrimmage and get over there. So if you're hungry for some baseball, Thursday we kick it off, some scrimmages if you're around. I think Newcastle Friday at Newcastle. Thursday's at home against Norman. Friday at Newcastle. Saturday at home against Enid, who's a state finalist in 6A. So get to see some good baseball up here. And
it's going to be fun.
It'll be fun. So we appreciate all of our sponsors, with Bradley Watson on the camera over there, bringing you all the views. Kevin Rogers on the production. The extraordinaire, as Eli Pagel likes to say it. The sponsors here, we can't do it without you. And we talked about you a lot during the girls' game, but go support those folks. They make it happen for us. The Booster Club, thanks for voting to elect to broadcast the playoff games. We'll be back with those next weekend. And for tonight, senior night sweep. Tuttle over to Clinton both the girls and the boys here tonight from Breck Draper, Kevin Rogers.
We'll see you